Okay, that's this one. Damn it! I don't know what I was saying. I was right in the middle of it, dude. So upsetting. All right, where's the old one? Subminutes. Oh, I know what I was saying. Okay, I know what I was saying. Ah, ya Allah. This is gonna be one of them days. Just one of them days. Ah. Actually, I think it really is my system, though, Queen. It is. And then also, what I didn't say is that it's been very, right, even right now, it's extremely windy outside. I don't know if that would have anything to do with this. Even on my security cameras, it usually tells me what percentage of signal I'm at. It's usually at 100%. I'm at 91. So I restarted the Wi Fi, I restarted stuff, and we're just going to see. You know, I'm going to try and give everybody an opportunity to get back. Um, you know, and yeah, I don't know what else to do because, but I don't want to have all these start and restarts on the damn channel. You know, it'll confuse people trying to come and watch later. So I'm not really sure what I want to do, but I just think that if we can't get it successful this, then I just have to go to the tablet and just do it directly that way. Like, forget this, you know. In fact, while I'm waiting, I should just try and see if I'm going to do it in here or if I'm going to go and get in bed. Let me see what uh, the lighting is looking like and how my image is coming across on in here. Oh, the blood of Jesus. Maybe. Um, yeah, maybe. Just maybe. I can't swear to that. But that I don't love it, but what are you gonna do? If not, then I'm just gonna get in bed. Like it's fine. I don't mind. Um, oh, that's Google Earth. Um, so now apparently everybody is now probably still on the other one, haven't realized that I'm not there. Damn. Subhanallah. I can't. I mean, that's what's happening right now. Uh, everybody is now. Only thing I can think is people don't realize it has stopped. They're still sitting on the other stream. They don't know it's not live. That I'm not there. Never again. Like, I just need people to understand it's not live no more. I already told y'all that I was having problems, potential problems. So you should switch right now. Oh, he's probably not live. Let me refresh or do something. Do something. How come they're not showing up over here? Man, I can't. I'm so over it. Well, I still should go to my channel because obviously I don't know why people haven't figured out I'm not live. Evelyn, you figured it out. Alhamdulillah. So people just haven't figured out I'm not live still over there. Now, by the time they get over here, we'll crash. You see, I mean, it's just. And it also doesn't help, but they should be looking for the one that says live. It's a big ass red live. That should help people. I was going to say it doesn't help that I'm wearing the same thing I wore yesterday. Um, so there's all these thumbnails that look the same. You know, I just don't know how sophisticated people are. I'm a thinking, my brain works. So I don't understand when things don't happen a certain way. Like, well, like, why wouldn't you know that too? Type thing. Like, what? So why is it taking so long for people to understand after I already went on and on saying I'm having technical problems? We could anticipate technical problems. And now we're having technical problems, so they should know to do something. But they don't. Meanwhile, I'm losing my energy force. You understand? So this isn't a script. So then it's not going to be the same. And then at some point it becomes, well, I don't need to do this because I came to give something. If I have something to give, then there's no need for me to be here. It's a whole thing with me, man. I can't. Which one of these is me? And am I even live now? Which one of these is me? Yeah. And yeah. Okay. So I'm live. Yeah, this is crazy, man. Damn. What is this? Oh, that's when I went to look back. Yeah, I don't know what to do, y'all. I'm really stuck. Um, where is everybody? Why haven't they figured this out? Like, go to my channel, whatever you need to do. I mean, figure out that I can't. Are they just sitting there and it's buffering? Like, I don't know what's happening. This is insane. It's nothing less. What should I do? I don't know where I was even at. All right, whatever. Um, Let me figure out what point I was making. Um, where was I going? Okay, I was making the point about Sunny Houston, her vomit, Better O'Rourke. Um, oh, alhamdulillah. So, because it's going to be a recorded video when we're done anyway, so whatever. Um, the hypocrisy of it. So you had Better O'Rourke now, and everybody else, but I think I was honing in on him because I was going to make a point. Like, he doesn't mean it. It's fake. But I had a clip I was about to show, but I was doing leading into that. Um, uh, yeah, because Better O'Rourke, oh, like, we're supposed to believe now that he cares so much about gun control and it's all about the children, but he's the same one of the many corporate Democrats who ran to the side of Joe Biden and threw his support behind Joe Biden. Anything to stamp out Bernie because they didn't want Bernie Sanders at all. And oh, alhamdulillah, I was making the point to say that yeah, I brought you pieces during the political cycle 2016, 2020, and particularly in 2016, because Sniper Fire ran in 2016, as did Bernie Sanders. Well, he ran in 2020. So I don't remember if it was 2016 or 2020, but either one, they had Sniper Fire as projected to win Michigan, or they were unsure about the numbers. But they were still, even if they were unsure, they knew it would go to Sniper Fire. So like we're sure, but we're not sure. We know it's going to be Sniper Fire. Well, I said no, because I'm a Muslim, and Bernie Sanders is an Orthodox Jew. He doesn't talk about it, but his whole character is really that of someone. That's how I identify him. If I didn't know he was a Jew, I would be like, I think that dude, he's a Muslim or a Jew. Something's going on with that dude. But they weren't polling Muslims. And I said to you, I said, I know that the Muslims will support Bernie Sanders. You're not going to hear that in the media. And I think I pulled some articles showing you they had no idea what was going on. And when I come back, I'll give you my I told you so. Boom, Bernie wins Michigan. In fact, when he won Michigan, I think he was between, he was traveling someplace else, and like him and his wife, they landed somewhere like at night. He didn't know he won yet. And he came out and they're like, yeah, you won Michigan. And he had to make an impromptu speech like right there and stuff. You know, so I just say that to say, fuck Beto O'Rourke and the bitch that gave birth to him. Because, and any of these people, because anybody who is in media, corporate media, has no validity at all on earth. Their sympathy is fake. It means nothing, because all the rest of the time you are helping to uphold this system of white evil and white violence. So don't act like this now is oh my God, this is the tragedy, of all things. Like I'm over it. And probably also Sunny is coming with a lot of this too, and she feels a special place because the children were Latino, and I'm over it, and I don't care. They are a sad casualty to a system that is that supports and breeds these types of acts. I saw Ted Cruz. I heard British people. I don't know where he was. It was a clip. And they were like, because remember, he's from Texas. This shooting happened in Texas. And they were asking me, can you speak to this? Like, why is this only happening in America? Why is this only happening in America? And he goes, America's a great place. And all the vomit that he came out with, like, it meant nothing. But this is what they need to believe. Because I tell you, white people need to believe the unreality of stuff. They love fantasy. This whole idea of fantasy and cartoon and all that stuff comes from them. It really does. Tell me something that's not true, and I believe it wholeheartedly. They love to be lied to. That's why I don't feel bad when some of these Nigerians get them for $30,000 or $40,000. I just lost all my savings. Well, you're a dumb bitch. And we don't care. Anyways, I wanted to show this Better or Work clip again because it was brought up by default, and so I should mention it. Now I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna leave it in small screen because otherwise I cover part of the image, and I don't want to do that. Let me bring you in. And then, now, this is the governor of Texas and like all the big wig people, all the power broker people of Texas, up there to make some statement about this shooting that took place at this school. Why it's newsworthy is because of that. It would have been newsworthy. But also now this Better or Work person who ran for president in 2016 comes in with this benevolent nonsense, and you don't care about gun control, and how can you allow this to happen? And he's trying to be a hero. But the whole thing was fake for me, and I knew it. Like, because it's like the pot calling the kettle black. So I wasn't buying it before I even knew he was going to go outside and make a statement. Like, the clip went to that. Then he goes outside and makes a statement, all in English. Then all the reporters are asking him questions in English. When he finishes his statement, they don't interrupt. When he's done, they start asking questions in English. And as soon as he starts answering questions, boom, he switches straight to Spanish. Why that's hideous is because it's clearly a pandering move. He's going to be Johnny on the spot with his gun control because he's going to get the sympathy of these Latinos, and maybe he'll carry the Latino vote in 2024. He's a former Congress person of Texas, and he ran for president last cycle, 2020. So he's still young. So it's not unthinkable that he's got his eye set to run in 2024. So he's laying the groundwork now. You see, everybody's got an agenda, dude. None of these people don't give a damn. Let us be very clear.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Sit down.
You're out of line and an embarrassment.
Sit down and don't play this stuff.
Next shooting is right now.
And I can't believe you're coming here acting like this, said the fat bastard on the far left. You see him point. There he is, right here. Right here in the light colored shirt.
Sit down and don't play this stuff.
Next shooting is right now. You're doing nothing.
No, you need to get his out of here. This isn't the place to talk this over.
This is totally predictable when you...
Sir, you're out of line. Sir, you...
That's Better or Work, the one standing down there in the audience. That's pointing and gesturing.
You're out of line. Sir, you are out of line. Please leave this auditorium.
And they're referring to him as Sir, like he's a known entity. It's Better or Work. He ran for president, for God's sake. You at least know his name. Sir, sir.
I can't believe you're a sick
I can't
come to a deal like this to make a political issue.
So now he walks out it's all very Bobby Kennedy for me, you see. It's all, and then he's holding his head and just, look. A stylist came in and styled him to look like the benevolent former congressperson, and they dusted him a little bit and did his hair and spritzed him. So this is all.
Like you, why don't you get out of here?
This is what Sonny Hostin was responding to, saying they cared more about their such and such than what Beto O'Rourke was saying, and he was saying all the right things, and she was very passionate. And you just shut up, Sonny. You're just wrong. You're just wrong, because you're in the bubble, and you're part of the bubble now. So that happened, right? Then eventually he leaves. Now, apparently here's the story, because apparently all the press apparently goes out with him, apparently. Like, there's a whole panel. You saw the people up there on the stage. Let's show this again. This is all these people up there on the stage. They're having a serious press conference. So you mean to tell me that all the press followed Beto O'Rourke outside? I can't. No statement from these dudes? Like, then that means I can get an exclusive. You understand? But wait. So now he goes outside. And I pointed this out because there she is now. This is planned. Because she's like, and that was Beto O'Rourke, And, he's so now, and no copy in her hand. She's just hands on hip, like Wonder Woman. Look, these things matter. Listen, because I don't remember what she was saying. Nobody cared, but we'll have to hear it.
As we're listening to the lieutenant governor speak, following a very heated exchange between Governor Abbott and former Texas Congressman Beto O'Rourke, he has left the auditorium. He was asked to leave the auditorium by the governor, and he's now speaking to cameras now, so let's take a listen.
Okay. And he has been asked to leave by Governor Abbott and such, and now he's making a statement, and let's hear that. So his statement becomes more important than the sitting governor of the state. He's not even in elected office right now. To my understanding, he's a former Texas congressman. So, but his statement is more important than the sitting governor of the state after a major tragedy in that state. Do you understand? But now, his statement is not important because it's long and I don't want to play it again because I've seen it 50 times now because of all the stuff we went through yesterday. So strike that, but because what he says is not important. It is because it's his whole railing against the governor and crew. That they don't care about gun control. They don't care about safe storage laws, and I'm over it. And it's all about the children, and we have to care. But what made it also hideous for me was this.
In Uvalde, Texas, right now. That's why I'm here. That's what the people of Texas want right now. That's what we're going to focus
on right now. And I'm not alone. And there has to be gun control. And then as soon as they ask him a question, because they have to lead you into that.
More guns here than almost anywhere else. Beto, what are you going to do about the guns in this state? Beto, what about the guns in this state?
What makes this one different? Why is this different? Todo que es posible para prevenir estas masacres que tenemos en cada comunidad, Sutherland Springs, Santa Fe High School, en el condado, acerca de...
And so forth. So you just bitched out the governor of the state in English. Then you march out, you give this whole impromptu statement in English. You're railing on about the children and we have to have gun control and we can't go on. And then the reporters all ask questions in English. They're all screaming questions in English. They're all screaming questions in English. In English. Then, the moment it's time to speak to the press, you speak in Spanish. That's why I even played it yesterday. I'm like, I can't. Clearly a pandering. So the very thing that he's claiming there, that he's up there bitching at them about, like, you don't care and you don't care. You don't care, Beto O'Rourke. Sat your ass down. Sat. All these people are fake, dude. They're all fake. Every single one of them. They're all fake. They're all fake. I see J9 has come. I don't know if you were here before, J9, but shout out to you. Apparently my people are having a lot of difficulty finding me now. Again, like I don't know what that is. They just haven't figured out that I'm still not live on that channel. Like on the other stream, I must have moved. Thumbs up, everybody. Thumbs up. If you're out there watching, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Hit the like button, thumbs up. But, you know, so I really didn't want to cover gun control today because I'm really kind of over it. You know, the gun controlling and the shooting and all this stuff. You know, my message yesterday as related to that, because that was one of the things I specifically came to speak on yesterday. You know, my message is that African people need to understand you can never buy into this gun control thing. You know, we're not a violent people, sadly, but we need to find our violent bone. And among that, we can never give up our chance to own weapons. And you should have weapons if you don't have them already. I don't care how you feel about them, you're going to need them. You know, it's kind of like, you know, when you need chemo or you need just something that you must have, like whether you like it or not, you're going to have this. So here, you know, this is that. And, you know, that's what it's all about. I've did pieces telling you that because they're not really interested in gun control for white people. And indeed, if we didn't exist, there would be no gun control at all. At all. Anytime they mention gun control or any other control, they're going to start with your black ass, as they always do. They start with you. All rules and laws are written to control the lives of African people first. They don't give a damn about their own most of the time. That's when the elite matter. That's when you get a separation of whiteness. You understand? But still, they enjoy a lot of the same shit that the elite enjoy. But I'm just trying to say, you know, they're happy to have collateral damage on any issue to make it look like it's not targeted just towards us. But it always is, and gun control is no different. You do not give up your damn gun, and if you don't have one, you need to get your ass one today. The most powerful shit you can afford. If you can get a tank, god damn it, get a tank. You understand? If you got tank coin, then you need a tank. You know, because that's the last wall of defense for the American public in general. That's the last wall of defense from full-on fascism dictatorship. You understand? Because they already tested the waters to see could they get a dictator in. Trump. And they were all in on it because, remember, there would be times when Bernie had won yet another primary or caucus or the shit. And instead of going to Bernie, they have just a camera on an empty podium. We don't know when Trump is going to speak, but whenever he's going to speak, we're just holding the fucking all the news media. So, like, don't tell me anything. You understand? And so now, because Biden is a shuffler, he's not going to be back in 2024. Nobody's going to vote for him. And I don't think the Trump or Biden thing is going to work a second time around. But the American people are the dumbest people ever to be recorded in human history. So I don't rule it completely out, but it's highly doubtful. Even for the American public. Even for the American public. Bernie has already forecasted through his head guy, who is a Muslim, that he has not ruled out running if Biden doesn't run. So that means you're saying if Biden run, you cool. So that means you think Biden could win, Bernie? Come on, dude. You got to get your old ass out there again, Bernie. This is our last shot and your last shot. We need at least one half a term from Bernie if we can get it, if not a whole term. But Bernie Sanders is in great shape. He was a long distance runner as a young person. People that are athletes, that kind of stays with you, you know. Remember, what was it? Somebody used to have an ad that said that a body in motion stays in motion. There's some truth to that, you know. And and not even just as an athlete, because I think that dancers and choreographers, I think, were athletes as well, you know. And when you just kind of, you just have a different energy that lasts with you, I think, you know. But anyway, so Bernie could do it again in 2024, because if he doesn't, then it's going to be Trump, and he's already forecasted all the outrageous shit that he can do, and white people are the dumbest of the dumbest of the dumbest. You saw that. Like, watch this guy, Comedy Central, tall white demon. Anyways, he goes to Trump events and interviews people, just lets them talk. And you can't believe the ignorance that comes out of them. I can't, you know. But he's proven that he can say and do anything, and white people will be with him. So they're setting you up for that. And this is now, let's clear the guns so that you can't fight back when we roll in now total out fascism, dictatorship, because we already seen that we can get you to wear a mask and take some shit in your arm that you don't know a goddamn thing about, and get you to turn on people that don't do that. Remember, it became the pandemic of the unvaccinated, they were calling it. Do you understand? So I tie this all together to help you understand why it's important for you to get you some damn weaponry and figure out how you're going to physically defend yourself. How? Because once you have the armament out of the hands of the citizenry, then you just roll them over. It means nothing. You know, that's why the lead story now is that these cops didn't rush into the school to save these kids because the dude had an AR-15 and they didn't want to get shot. I told you, our issue is that every time we hear another unarmed black man was shot today, and unarmed, so get armed, bitch. Get armed. Then the story will be not an unarmed black man was shot today. It will be an armed black man finally took out these motherfuckers that came to kill him. Finally. You know, let there be dancing in the streets. Bailamos. You know? Anyways, what I wanted to really focus more on, Chocolate Rhythm, shout out to you. I see that you found your way. I don't know what's going on with my other people, why they haven't figured out. Maybe I should just delete the other ones. I want to hear that back because I don't know what I said. I'm speaking live. I'm in real time from my soul. So if I delete that, I don't know what I said. I get cheated of hearing what I said. But damn it, I'm gonna delete them. Like, if that's what it takes, I'm over it. Where do I go? This is outrageous that I even have to do this. But what kills me is people that I see other channels that are bullshit, and their followers are so fucking responsive and do every fucking thing that they say and checking for them. But here I come with some shit that matters, and I got nothing but clay brains following me that can't do a fucking thing, dude. It's very frustrating. You don't understand. And you don't have any place to speak from unless you've put yourself out here for over 5 million people over the course of 50 of however many years I've been on this bitch. You understand? You have no idea. No idea. No idea. Delete. Delete. And is this one from today? It's from yesterday. Delete. Oops. Wait. Did I miss any? Like, how long does it fucking get you? When I made a whole announcement at the beginning saying I'm having technical problems, I had technical problems yesterday, we could have technical problems today, so if we get disconnected, blah, blah, blah. So your mind should just go, oh, we must have got disconnected. Let's refresh. It's a heavy load when you got to push the bus uphill by your damn self. And make sure those are no longer on the channel now. Wait, there's still one. What? Oh no, they're gone. So only one from today. That's what we hear right now. So let's see if these damn people figure it out. I'm over it. Anyways, what I primarily wanted to come today to bring, because we had so many problems yesterday, and so much of my message was lost in the technical freezing and shutting down and all of that, was I shared with you a link. I'm gonna do it again today. Everybody needs to see this. Everybody needs to see this. This makes me sick, you know. Like, I remember back when Michael Jackson, this was the 1990s, when he went live from Neverland Valley. This was the first allegations to say these allegations are totally false. This is some bullshit. And I just thought, how is he live from Neverland? But alas, he was live from Neverland, and this was before the internet. So you had to know somebody at NASA to be live from your house around the world? Just you, one dude? It was everything. But I'm just trying to say, I wish I had that, you know, because you just wish you could tell the whole world something at one time. Anyways, I'm gonna link this again. I mean, I'll put it in the string in the chat. How did everyone miss this? Malaysian Airlines. All right, don't just get distracted. This was a documentary. Copy. And paste. Okay, it's in the chat now from me. And I was just blown away. Like, I didn't know there was this whole scandal culture around breastfeeding. I did not know that. It was a revelation, and a sadness came over me that I can't articulate to you. A sense of defeat, and it's like you've been trying to hold the dam or the fire or whatever at this, and then you think you're getting it, or at least if you're not getting it, you know you're giving it your all, and all of a sudden somebody taps you and you turn around and you go, fuck, the whole back door is open, damn it. It's that how you would feel about something like that. That's how this felt for me. Like, oh my God, this can't be, you know. I mean, things are just in many ways so much worse than I know. I mean, there's a total breakdown of humanity, you know, and it's just, I didn't know what to feel about it. I'm just like, wow, I can't even, or how I know how to feel about it, but just like, you know, I'm powerless. Like, I don't have anything that I can do. Like, but that I put in that link I put in the chat is a documentary No. What the fuck? Why is it saying Lee Harvey Oswald? What I'm sharing with you has nothing to do with Lee Harvey Oswald, I promise you. Let me go back, y'all. I can't do this. A Mother's Right to Breastfeed. That's the name of it.
There's a way to make an entrance.
This is my destiny.
One.
It was now a conspiracy of witches.
Download Veely today.
I think you can remove my stuff. We're gonna find out. See if you can remove what I paste.
According to ancient Greek myth, Zeus has a son named Heracles.
And here at home, Florida deputies have made an arrest over a school threat in Cape Coral. They say
Library, bitch. It's called A Mother's Right to Breastfeed. I'm so passionate about this because it goes to our future as a people, but the future of our children. Like, if you just want to say, forget us, because we're not going to be worthy or any value to our children when they look back to see what did we do for them. You know, because as you get older, you begin to see your parents and your elders.
There's a way to make an entrance.
This is my destiny.
There's a way to make an entrance.
And I hit back, so it went to the video before it. That's how to get you. I'm over it. It's kind of like all of us. You know, at some point, your parents are not God anymore. They're people, and you kind of realize, you know what, damn, you know, my mom's kind of an asshole, you know, or whatever. You start to see them as people. And so at some point, our children now will begin to remove. We'll look back and see, what did we do? And they're going to realize we haven't done a damn thing. And many of them are realizing it now already. You know, many of them are realizing it right now. And it goes to that because one of the things you will learn from this documentary is when they sexualized the breast of the woman. You know, a woman's breast was never a sexual thing. Even now, in many parts of Africa, you have women walk around exposed because that's not seen as sexual at all. It's like, those are the jokes for the babies. We're good. Keep it pushing. And the magic that the divine installs in those jugs is everything. And they got you now bitching about a formula shortage. Let's pull up an article on that. And then I can launch my talk from that. Formula. It's the Prince. I gotta let him know I'm live. No, I'll text him after it's over. That's my ringtone, by the way. That's John Williams' The Throne Room. Baby formula shortage persists despite international help. Let's bring you guys in, and we'll find an article. Now let me text the prince and let him know I'm live. Sorry. Send a message. I'm live, comma. Inshallah, I'll call you when I'm done. Period. Even though it's 11:30 there right now. So if not, then inshallah tomorrow. Period. Are you working tomorrow? Question mark. I love you. Okay, we'll switch over. This is what we're dealing with. And this is why this started creeping up on me, because I kept hearing baby formula. I don't know if I'd seen the documentary yet or not, or what, but then at some point I'm like, wait, baby formula? Fuck that. What? And then I was instantly angry, because I just thought, how is there a baby formula shortage if women have titties sitting on their chest? What am I not understanding? So, that documentary helped me to understand some things that I didn't know there was all this brouhaha about women even breastfeeding in public. So let me just, so that I'm clear, because I don't know anything and I just was born today. So it's okay for a woman to frolic around out in public with her titties hanging out and flopping all over the place. That's all fine. And she can be up on a billboard to sell some cheeseburger or some other bullshit that humanity doesn't need. And all of that. But the moment there's a baby attached to it, there's a problem. What did I leave out? What did I leave out? You see? But again, I don't care about other women. I only care about black women. I only care about us. Period. The damn end. And so for me, I just thought, well, how many women are out there deliberately not breastfeeding because they've been seduced by the white devil? How many are not breastfeeding because they're too fat and lazy or pathetic? Or how dare you have a baby and you're not going to breastfeed the child? Then you don't get to have a baby. Because if I'm president or governor, then there's a board now. When you're going to get pregnant, you got to come see me. Are you going to breastfeed? You're not. Then you're not having the baby. You're not having it. You're not. You're not. Because you're not giving, you must remember, children have rights before they're even born. Before they even tell you you're pregnant, miss whatever. Your child has a right. They have a right. They have rights. They have rights. And what we understand and know as Muslims, what the divine has communicated to us, is the rights of children. You non-Muslim people only think about the rights of children after they're here. And then you got some of these right-wing, out of the closet white devils who then want to use abortion, and it starts at the heartbeat, it starts at the conception, it starts at when he stuck it in her or whatever, and fuck all those people. The right of a child of all children begins before existence. That's when a child's rights begin. And it is beyond disrespectful and heretic, I would say, for a woman to, unless she medically cannot, it is heretic and abusive for a woman to give birth to a child and would not breastfeed that child with something that came from her own body, the way that God ordained it. Because then now I got to point the finger at least a suspicious eye, at the very least, of, are you the reason why? Is it because you that such and such? And it's your ass, huh? That's such, because when I look at how much women have given over control of their babies and their children in the society in general, well, they say they have to have 80 shots to start school. Bitch, then your child don't go to school then. Like, where does your mothering begin? What is this? Like, and I don't understand breaking this sacred bond between mother and child. I don't understand that. Like, that to me is the real kicker of it all. Because That's supposed to be thicker than any material we know on earth, stronger than anything. That bond between a mother and her child, like, that is so sacred. I can't even, there's not even words for that, man. It's beyond the highest of holy, and I can't. But there it is. You have women that are giving over control, but specifically as it relates to breastfeeding. If you have been sadly sucked into this agitating washing machine of women need to get out and work bullshit and have a career, and that's how you're independent and shit, then you want to pump milk so at least the baby gets the milk, at least. But you're still robbing them, because one of the things they go over in this documentary, some of it I knew already, but they go into it into a way that really was just even more fulfilling. You know, it's the whole energy field between the mother and the child. You know, they do a segment on skin to skin. You know what that means for that baby to literally be touching that body of that woman, just touching the mother. This is on the mother, on her. It's so much benefit in just that before you even get to the milk, you know. And I just thought our kids are being cheated on so many levels. And if you take our worst case scenario, black woman, then she's that heifer that is going out and she's picking a penis and not a man. She's picking a penis and not a father. She went out trying to out tight some other bitch, and she's got on extreme high heels and some fake ass bundle, and there she is with all her cleavage out, and she went out to just get her a man, and she got pregnant, so she didn't give a fuck about the rights of her baby, her future potential baby. No, not even considering that. It's not even on her fake eyelashes. And she gets her man now. He inseminates, and then there it is. Now this child comes forth. He's not there to support. By now, she's so seduced by the society and the Kardashians and Nicki Minaj and any other fake bitch out there with all this bullshit that I'm describing. And she can't be bothered now to breastfeed, because she has sexualized her breast for her own self now. These aren't for the baby. You see, she's now bought into this vomit, this swine. And so we never even see the image even. Do you know there's a whole generation of young kids walking around right now who never saw a baby attached to a woman's breast? They think babies get bottles. They think that. They think that. Just line up some of them and ask them a quiz. Do you want to just ask you guys a quiz? It's going to give you $5. How do babies eat? Oh, me. Okay, you little man. A bottle. They're probably all would tell me that. It's a sad, shameful thing, and you're not giving your babies the ability to be their full physical, emotional, and intellectual self. All of that is in the milk. It's not just your baby has something to eat. No, Allah has put information in that milk. Information is in that milk, dude. Come on. Like, I can't. Wallahi, oh my God. SubhanAllah. Sadly, I don't have any children. Sadly. But I promise you on everything, I'd be doing this video from behind a jail cell wall right now. If my wife is pregnant, but I would have discussed it already. Like, if you're not going to breastfeed, then get out my face. You know, like, we can't do this, you know. Or that we're not having children, you know. But if we were going to do that, and now you're telling me not breastfeeding, then I'll strangle you to death with my bare hands. Like, that's just what it is. Because what else are you going to do with those then? What are you going to do with it? You know? I mean, the what breasts are for has been completely thrown out the window. I can't. And you should watch that documentary. I put the link in the chat. I've done what I can do. But I want to read at least one article on this because I've not read any articles on it. I've just heard that there's this baby formula shortage, and I'm worked up about it because fuck baby formula. And they talk about baby formula in the documentary and how they market it to you and how the nurses and doctors are even in cahoots with the damn pharmaceuticals to keep you from whoever makes the shit to, it's a whole cabal, man. Like, oh my God, shooting up schools. You need to start on hospitals, homie, and work down from there and check me for the list of shit you need to shoot up. The Hill. Experts question whether U.S. military can make a dent in baby formula shortage. I'm over it. Oh, this looks like a good one. With the baby formula shortage, what should I do if I can't find any? Bitch, pull your titty out. Because let us remember, there was a time when there was no such thing as baby formula. We just forget that. What do we do without baby formula? I can't. What am I supposed to do with these two breasts on my chest that are full of fucking milk right now? I'm not going to get worked up. I won't do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Let me enlarge this. With the baby formula shortage, what should I do if I can't find any? Pop your titty out. Who's next? Answer. So, is there going to be an article? Okay, we're going to read this. Let's go back up. Answer. This is a Zionist. Since the outbreak of COVID-19, there have been significant shortages of infant formula nationwide, but no mention of shortage of titties. I'm sure we're going to find some. Let's read on. Current shortages have been largely caused by supply chain issues and the recent recall of several baby formula products over contamination concerns. No contamination in a mama's titty, but moving on. And by the way, look at the little nasty. Look at the honey. Look at the honey. Look at the doodle drop. And interesting, they use a black mother and child in this picture. Remember, a writer, an editor, and a publisher, everybody. You understand? And if they didn't pull this from archives, and a photographer, goddamn. You understand? Add that to the list. But they've used a black mother and a black baby. When all they're giving you is white bitch with black man on everything. From selling you a Snickers to a car. And everything in between. And now, oh my God, lo and behold, and now, after we read this, we're going to click on some others to see what picture are they using. Are they using a picture? And is it being used, are they using black women with black babies? We want to know that now. Our question just formed itself. Current shortages, I read that. All right, here are some tips on finding baby formula during the shortage and what you may safely consider if you absolutely can't find any. So now we're all this way down and no mention of the breast. We'll just read on. Keep in mind, this advice is strictly during this current urgent formula shortage. If you have any concerns about your baby's nutrition, please talk with your pediatrician when you wouldn't have any questions about your baby's nutrition if you gave them the damn titty milk. But we'll just, when is this from? This is from, do we have a date? Damn it, I'm too lazy to go click back out and see if there was a date on the initial, just whatever. It's fine. We'll check after the fact. What if baby formula is out of stock everywhere? Everywhere I look, question mark. Call your pediatrician, not pull your titty out. Call your pediatrician if you can't find formula you need for your baby. They may have samples in stock, connections to other local organizations, or ideas on other places to call, such as your local WIC clinic. Also consider, check smaller stores and drugstores, which may not be out of supply when the bigger stores are. If you can't find it, buy formula online until the shortage eases. Please, or purchase from well-recognized distributors, grocers, and pharmacies rather than individually sold or auction sites. Check social media groups. There are groups dedicated to infant feeding and formula, and members may have ideas on where to find this sacred formula, make sure to check any advice with your pediatrician. Do everything to pull out your titty. For the love of God, don't pull your titty out. For the love of God, don't. Ugh. Throw ice on me. Don't pull your titty out. For the love of God, don't. This formula crisis is hitting families who are already grappling with stresses of parenting young children in a pandemic and in an evil-ass society. It can be tempting to buy as much formula as possible right now rather than pull your titty out. But the American Academy of Pediatrics advises buying no more than a 10-day to 2-week supply of formula to help ease shortages, and instead of pulling your titty out. I found small amounts of several different baby formulas. What is the best way to switch among the brands? I don't care about that. My infant needs a specialty metabolic baby formula. No, bitch, your baby needs your titty. That's what your baby needs, you dumb bitch. My baby needs a special metabolic baby formula. Really? I can't. One of the other things that they bring to light for me in this documentary that you will go and watch. I could cry at this. Oh, subhanAllah. Because it's beautiful, man. Every woman's breast milk is not the same. Your breast milk is definitely designed for just your baby. SubhanAllah. Now, we've seen where women have breastfed other women's babies, and that's all fine. But they know from a scientific proof that your baby's milk is your baby's milk. Like, that's it. That formula. They even give an example at one point where they say, like a child had some sort of a birth defect, something, but again, the milk will cure that on its own because your baby will naturally have a different feeding habit. It's a whole thing, man. I can't even, like, it goes into dosing and it's a few things, but I'm just saying it's so divine. Like, the prince, his mama, her mother, my stepmother, like, she's the first, like, my sisters, I feel like I saw a couple of them baby breastfeed. Really remember because I'm the youngest. But definitely when my baby sister was born, I was up front. I had a front row seat, and my stepmother was always baby feeding her, breastfeeding her everywhere. Just, it was a constant thing in my life. Oh, Sela's breastfeeding. She's breastfeeding. She's breastfeeding. Breastfeeding. So it just was normal, And I don't remember anybody ever having a problem with it or it being a scandal or anything like that. It was nothing, We're just robbing the children, man. So that's the other thing, to tie this back to the Beto O'Rourke piece. Because now we want to be outraged that the children are being shot up at school. But nobody's outraged that the mom is not pulling out a titty to put in the mouth of that baby to give it the most amazing start in life. Do you understand? And we're not bitching. Where's Beto O'Rourke to bitch about the fact that mothers aren't able to be with their children in the first cycle of time that all science says they need to be with a child to fully bond and all the shit that happens? One of the countries that's on this documentary, they give the woman, I think, 18 months to off. Like, you definitely get that off. It's definitely paid, and the husband gets a certain amount of time off too. Like, they're not playing games. You're taking it off, or you're shamed even at work if you don't take the time off. You're shamed. How dare you not take time off for your baby? How dare you? And I'd be right there on the front row, like, eating corn chips, like, yeah, bitch, you're a piece of trash for not feeding. You saw she never fed her baby. Well, you saw it. Well, get her. You saw it. Do you see she doesn't feed it? Well, she's not taking her time off to feed the baby. She's not taking time off to feed the baby. Just bring it up when it's time in the subject. She's not taking time off to feed the baby, right? She's not taking time off. Yeah. So, it's all very sad. And I hear other things about her that I don't want to bring up, but, But they bring all these things to light, and I just can't. When I was on last night, at one point somebody said to me, was making the case, well, there's Jedi, there's women that can't. I get that. I consider that. I'm an intelligent man. I know that. I'm never speaking to that on any subject. You know, that's why I save myself a lot of words with stuff that other people use a lot of words for. I don't need to. I'm a man of many words anyway. You'll never get that out of me. I'm not explaining the other point of view. You should know it already. You know, that's kind of how I speak from to everything. I don't need to give the other side of view. This is what's right. This is what we're going to discuss. This is what it is. That other shit, that's what I'm railing against, you know. So, but of course I consider that. I know that. You know, it's all kinds of scenarios where I could imagine where a woman couldn't breastfeed. You know, she's incarcerated for the love of God. They took her baby, you know, whatever. But that's those are the aberrations. That's not the norm, you know. I mean, this infuriates me because the whole thing is so. Let me just see what else I need to read here. So fuck her and her metabolic baby formula. Only one brand of baby formula is covered under WIC. Nobody cares. I have 3-month-old infant and can't find my baby formula. Then bitch, pull your titty out. Can I? But by the way, is there gonna be anything inside that? This is a very difficult problem. If you can find another. Oh, they're just answering the question. Okay, so maybe this isn't what I really need. These are just some of the ridiculous things that are being presented by women who have been seduced away from their own fucking titty. Can I make my own baby formula? Do you have breasts? I mean, it just. What is the earliest age I can start giving my baby solid food to stretch my formula supply? Since I'm too fat and lazy to give him the titty that sits on my damn chest. I can't. We're gonna move to an article. Because hearing the ignorance of women is really just going to infuriate me. But then one has to go inside and say, well, why would a woman be asking this question? You would never hear men doing this if the tables were turned. You know, it wouldn't happen. How? And what's going on at your damn OBG appointments and things like that, where the doctor hasn't said to you, yeah, you know, you need to, wasn't that part of it? Like breastfeeding? Does that not happen? Oh, goat's milk, which reminds me to tell you again that I've told you when I preached about camel's milk. I've said to you, I said it's the only milk besides what you, a woman, can produce that can sustain life. The breast that you produce from the milk that you produce from your breast is a whole and complete food. Your child don't need shit else. Not a damn. Nothing. Nothing at all. It's a complete food for your child. U.S. baby formula shortage rate jumps to 70% as crisis. And as I said, you don't know what's in this damn formula. And I'm sure if we look at a can of it, there's shit, most of the shit you can't pronounce it and need a thesis or a thesaurus in order to even know what it's saying, and a lawyer. And you don't know if there's stuff in there that predisposes your child when they're later in life to be predisposed to drug abuse and alcoholism and a bunch of other shit that we can't imagine. The white man is the devil still. So you think they're going to stop their evilry with the baby formula? They're trying to get at your child early anyway to turn them into women and everything else.
You seeing enough?
They're going to just, like, the baby formula is off limits? Wow, U.S. baby formula shortage rates jumps as crisis worsens. When is this from? Can I get a date? Okay, 27th May. Houston was nearly out of formula last week with 90% of stock gone as supplies dwindled in many cities and states. And as I said, I want to say it again right now to brothers that would hear this, don't buy no more formula. I don't care how much she bitch about it. Don't buy formula. Don't buy formula. And if she get an attitude, then call the police and cite her. No, call CPS. Call Child Protective Services, because I would. call Child Protective Services and tell them she wants you to buy something that you know none of the chemical makeup of to have your child ingest when she's got 2 glorious breasts sitting right on her chest that are full of milk that are ready to feed that child and keep it healthy and strong. Like, this is just a non-starter for me. Like, it just wouldn't happen. This wouldn't happen. Just, it's not happening. Well, we should hear this report.
Being done to reduce the barriers to entry to ensure this doesn't happen again?
Well, it was a crisis waiting to happen, and the writing's been on the wall for me for quite some time. Barriers to entry for innovation are really challenging with the FDA.
Barriers to entry. Y'all know we're seeing this in real time right now. I never read an article on this, never saw it. But I know that. What does that mean? That means somebody else wants to come up with some shit. Barriers to entry. That means into the market. You understand? And then she said FDA. That's what made me go, wait, I gotta go back. We gotta hear this. This becomes germane now. We need to know this now. Hopefully I'm not too much in the way. It's the information, not the visual.
Was this a crisis waiting to happen, and are you seeing enough being done to reduce the barriers to entry to ensure this doesn't happen again?
Well, it was a crisis waiting to happen, and the writing's been on the wall for me for quite some time. Barriers to entry for innovation are really challenging with the FDA. And then safety and regulation are really strong. And so if the FDA only allows for formula to be produced in the US, and there are only 4 players, and one of the 4, as we all know, went out of production for a period of time, that makes 40% of the market. The alarm bell needed to be rung, day one, sort of, from my perspective. And then if you think about it, if you have 4 key players and the FDA regulates everything from, the type of dryer that you need to use to dry the milk into dry powder to make infant formula, it takes 2 years to birth a calf.
Those are barriers.
Well, it was a crisis waiting to happen.
The FDA wants us to jump to a bunch of hoops in order to get our shit to the market. You understand? That's to shorthand it for you. We don't really need that so much. The baby formula shortage took a dramatic turn for the worst. Can I just get rid of this? I might get rid of shit, man. Like, it's just gonna haunt me down the entire page. These 2 bitches, I gotta... Centering. Took a dramatic turn for the worse last week, according to data on 130,000 stores across the United States. Out-of-stock rates spiked to 70% nationally for the week ending May 21st, up to 45% the prior week, based on data from the retail tracking firm Data Assembly. In many cities and states, the situation was far more dire, where no woman was pulling out her titty for any reason at all. Wasn't going to happen. It's very dire. It's all a crisis. More than 2/3 of states had shortage rates over 70%, with California, Missouri, Minnesota, Nevada, Montana, Louisiana, Arizona, and Utah over 80%, and Utah hit hardest at 89%, up from 49% the prior week. Finding formula. The Houston rates skyrocketed. Nobody cares, blah, blah, blah. The Indianapolis had the lowest shortage. Okay, this is all just about shortage, but nothing about an alternative. Like, if I just landed on Earth today and I don't know anything about the human species, I'd be like, wow, this is really something. And then somebody came and said, women have breasts that they can feed the baby with. I go, wow, how the fuck aren't they feeding the baby then? Like, what am I missing, dude? What am I missing? What am I missing? And I don't want to hear, it's difficult. Well, this is what you were made for. This is what you were made for. And if you can carry that baby for 9 months with swollen feet and morning sickness and all kinds of mood swings, blah, blah, then damn it, you can breastfeed. I don't mean to be harsh. I just mean to be truthful and not give a damn about shit else. That's the fact of it, everybody. That's the fact of it. And our children are losing. You can't be like white people. They need a fucking formula for their damn children. You don't. And I'm sure there's some study that if I look, I could probably find it. There's probably some study that's going to tell me that a black woman's milk is far more potent than any white bitch could ever hope to be. I will find it. I will find it. You see. is all this stuff open? So I just didn't understand, you know. Yeah, not understanding. Maybe one more just because I want to see some titles. I don't need all these facts and figures. I just need, well, wait. Maybe we should do a different search. Let's do a search and ask, why are women not breastfeeding? Is breastfeeding supposed to be one word? I don't know. It keeps putting the red line under it. I made it 2 separate words. It understands what I mean, damn it. Awkwardness, body image issues, stigma, fear, and lack of confidence can all contribute to, I hadn't heard anything in there to stop you from popping your titty out. Because awkwardness, body image issues, stigma, fear, and lack of confidence has never stopped. It's that same bitch that's going to pull her titty out and be out there trying to out tight and out high heel and out false eyelash and out bundle and all that. So this does not work for me. Can contribute to negative feelings about breastfeeding, says Tamika August, MD and obstetrician gynecologist practicing in Washington, D.C. Concerns about exposing the breast to nerves can also make people feel uncomfortable. Really? Because y'all have no problem exposing your titties. I'm seeing titties all day, 24 hours a day, round the clock. You can't live in America without seeing titties all fucking day. You can't. So what is this issue with the areola? What's the issue with that? Because remember, back, what was it? Might have been the 1990s. I wasn't born yet. I saw the video. Anyways, Little Kim was on the American Music Awards or some show, and she just had pasties over her areolas, but her breast was fully out. That was it. When Diana Ross came out, she actually did this, like checking her, like, we're not doing that. It was very loving the way she did it, though. But I'm just trying to say, and then my wife got in trouble for her areola was seen for half of a millifat, and it was a scandal. So what is it? It ain't the titty, it's the areola. But at the end of the day, it's men have, because no woman would have come up with this. No woman would be offended by another woman breastfeeding. If so, that's a dead bitch right there. That's a dead bitch. So this must come from men. It must. It must. It must. Because even if a woman is not a mother, she got 2 titties sitting on her chest. So she see herself. Like, I don't understand why I can't. This is right up there, I think, now. Because this is really up there. This is right up there with the transgender bullshit. It's right up there. As on the scale of ridiculous bullshit, this is right up there. It's right up there. It's right up there. It's right up there. Why some women decide not to breastfeed. Reasons why women do not initiate breastfeeding. Do not initiate. Why some mothers choose not to breastfeed. Why should mom not want to breastfeed? Why would moms not want to breastfeed? Why more mothers don't breastfeed? Why do some women choose not to breastfeed? And it's just on and on. Why you might not be able to breastfeed, goddamn. But those were last. And we're getting into that after. But these are the more outstanding ones. So reasons why women do not initiate breastfeeding, I think, is just one. This is 2009. Wait, I just saw something from 2022, but that doesn't matter. It's okay. National Library of Medicine. National Library of Medicine. Reasons why women do not initiate breastfeeding. Despite the increase in breastfeeding initiation and duration in the United States, only 5 states have met the 3 Healthy People 2010 breastfeeding objectives. Our objectives are to study women's self-reported reasons for not initiating breastfeeding and to determine whether these reasons vary by race, ethnicity, and other maternal and hospital support characteristics. Listen, I also remember growing up when, even if it wasn't one of my sisters, just as you at somebody's house, you someplace, you about to go in, you can't go in there, she's feeding the baby. Don't go in there, she's feeding the baby. I remember hearing that on my ears. Where's so-and-so? Oh, she's feeding the baby. You know? Data are from 2000-2003 Arkansas Pregnancy Risk Assessment Monitoring System, restricting the sample to women who did not initiate breastfeeding. Reasons for not initiating breastfeeding are characterized as individual reasons, household responsibilities, and circumstances. Analyses include the test and multiple logistic regression. So it's just going to be cerebral and scientific. We're not going to read all of this. Definitely not. Probably just the first paragraph. Because I can see a bunch of percentages and stuff that make my eyes dizzy. And it's probably going to be more cerebral than it's informational. Research provides strong evidence that breastfeeding decreases the incidence and or severity of a wide variety of infections and disease in infants, including bacterial meningitis, bacteremia, gastrointestinal illness, respiratory tract infection, necrotizing enterocolitis, otitis media, urinary tract infection, and late onset sepsis in preterm infants. Some studies have also shown that breastfeeding is protective against several childhood chronic diseases such as asthma, allergies, overweight, and obesity. This is the other thing, because I've noticed in my own lifetime, and I'm 19. But I've noticed in my own life, young kids younger than me, their shoe size is like a size 15 and shit. What? I didn't get real hair on my face like, oh, there it is. I mean, there was like, if you hold me in a certain light and at a certain angle at a certain time of the day when the moon is just to the left and the sun is just on its sunset, then you can see just like a little fuzz, like just like a little, it's just barely and stuff. But is that a bug? A fruit bug? Damn it. See, I had bananas sitting in here for a few days. I bought a bunch of bananas from Walmart and now I'm reaping. Anyways. I just completely lost what I was saying completely. Inshallah, it will come back to me. Inshallah, it will come back to me. What's the last thing I read? Oh, alhamdulillah, all knowledge is with Allah. So these kids now, you know, like they come with full beards at like they're 10. They're shaving at 10 now, you know. And girls don't look like little girls anymore. That's why you had the onset of this teachers sleeping with their students. You know, I could see why. A whole grown-ass man just walked in 7th grade and sitting in front of you. The teachers are now 12 years old. You know, all my teachers were older women and men all through my schooling career, even in college. Now I see like 16-year-olds that are like high school teachers. Go learn. Like, you're not here to teach it, you know. But it's also now the fault of women not breastfeeding that there's so much childhood obesity. And for all of her gardening and all the things that she did with the purest intention, Michelle Obama, you should have said, and strike baby formula, start breastfeeding. I mean, this is like you gonna go, but that same heifer is not gonna go to the iPhone store and buy an Apple phone or an iPhone at the Apple store and you're not getting the charger with it. So, but you're going to have a whole human being and not give them milk that comes with it. Like, not understanding. Not understanding. Not understanding. And I know that there's a lot of kids out there. In my own lifetime, there's more kids with asthma. I hear that more. Asthma. I'm fucking tired of hearing it. Where they say asthma, allergies, suddenly people are they're allergic to everything. It's a thing now in food service and stuff like that, and in food packaging you have to list, and I mean, like, that just wasn't, this is a change in the society by things that are happening, and among them is the lack of breastfeeding. We'll just get through this paragraph, y'all. Some studies have also shown that breastfeeding is, I read that, overweight, obesity, and there is 21% reduction in post-neonatal infant mortality rates in the United States among breastfed infants. In addition, breastfeeding has been found to eliminate the black-white disparity in infant mortality rates. Ha ha! Because we are worked up over the rate of infant mortality of our black babies, and but now we understand because that heifer ain't breastfeeding that child. So it's just more infuriating for somebody like me. You understand? Like, there's brothers that aren't going to care about this. They could care less. But they will care about this. Brothers, you don't need to buy no more formula. You off the hook. You go buy your blunt now. You're not buying formula. Buy the diapers, buy all the other shit. But you don't need to buy any more formula. Refuse to buy it. Refuse to buy formula. Refuse to buy formula. In fact, I should do a standalone video that just is titled, Refuse to Buy Baby Formula. Black men don't buy baby formula. Something that grabs, hopefully, the eye of any brother that would see it. Breastfeeding also offers important benefits to mothers, including increased child spacing, early return to pregnancy weight. For all these heifers, 10 years later, or 20 years later, your child's in college, and you only have one child. I'm still carrying my baby weight. Really? Your child is in college. Early return to pre-pregnancy weight, decreased risk of breast and ovarian cancers. Ha ha! So now I want to know, because again, breast cancer has been something that's come on the scene in my lifetime. A thing. So now I want to know, as a curious human being, for all the wearing pink ribbons, how many of y'all bitches have children you didn't breastfeed them? Take your pink wearing ass back to the house and start breastfeeding your children. Decreased risk of breast and ovarian cancers, and possibly decreased risk of fractures and osteoporosis in the postmortem period. Economic, family, and environmental benefits of breastfeeding have also been described. Recognition of these benefits of breastfeeding has led to the promotion of breastfeeding recommendations in the United States. Well, that ain't good enough, homie. I don't want to get too cerebral and too, but I'm going to read this on my own, like in my own time, because that's worth knowing, But when you think about the holistic state of our people, it's everything, everybody. It's not just one piece, it's all of it. And so if we're not understanding, we got to change just everything, man. Everything. This is such a downer for me. Then you wonder, then this also plays a role in the disrespect, the children disrespecting the parents. This gets into that because that lack of bonding at the beginning, this detachment between the mother and the child. I mean, it's a whole bunch of things, dude. It's I mean, I can't. It's infuriating. It's just infuriating, and I don't understand. But then I just thought of something just right now. The image, too, for little girls. When they get their little doll set and all the shit they have, the Barbie and all the shit. And they have a bottle to feed the baby. A bottle to feed the baby. So that's teaching them before they even enter puberty that babies get bottles, not a titty. I'm fully over it. How long have we been on here, y'all? It's hard to know, especially when it gets broken up like that, you know. I'll do another few minutes. Shout out to Woke Sister. Yeah, I just don't know why nobody came back, you know. Like, we were starting to fill up, and then all of a sudden, we're not. I don't understand that. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know what else I really want to present y'all. Like, I mean, this is kind of, it's weird for me because we had those, I don't know how many times we got shut down now, but all that just fucked it up. And so, um, you know, that's why I speak from the heart, because then the energy is just there, you know. And then, oh, by the way, now I deleted those previous ones of us being on so that people wouldn't be thinking that I'm live when I'm not. You should obviously click on to know it's not live. So now I'm robbed of seeing that. That can't happen again. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Whatever. Anyways, I think I should land it here, y'all. I've taken up enough of your time. But yeah. I don't really remember what else I was inspired to speak about, really. I knew that I wanted to speak more on this subject because it got so drowned out yesterday with all the going in and out of the technology, you know. And yeah, I'm just over it. You're saying this one keeps going out, Jewess? Cause I've been monitoring this very closely. I'm live. I ain't seen no buffering or nothing. So I don't know. Give me 1 second, y'all. Allahu Akbar. All right, well, is there anything you guys want to talk about? We can just talk about anything, you guys. We can just talk about anything. Whatever. Past, present, future, now, off topic, it don't matter. Whatever. Allison, I see you. We still have to fight about Flat Earth, don't we? I tried to post a link just now, but it didn't go through. Let me make you a moderator, Allison. Maybe that's it, because I think you can't if you're not a moderator. Maybe. Oh, okay. US to even 1,000 years. I think I just made you a moderator. Let me see. Yeah, I did. Oh my God, I'm turning into my dad. I'm turning into my dad. Oh my God. Subhanallah. I am turning into my, I'm my dad. I'm him. Welcome. You've just met my dad. I'm not here anymore. Wow. And there's times when I watch my videos back, I'm like, oh my God, that's dad. Oh. I see my father so much, dude. What link were you trying to post, Allison? Tell me about it. Maybe I can pull something up. We'll kill another few minutes here. Oh, there it is. I click on the link to open up in a new tab, but it was giving me Creator Studio. It's giving me YouTube Studio. It's not giving me a channel, Allison. And I'm frozen. Wait. On my screen, I'm not back. The delay is real. On screen, I just sat down. Okay, yeah, find another one. YouTube Studio. What's the channel? I don't want to go out of the stream. Okay, hopefully we're back. No, I did not speak on monkeypox, Jewess, and I just found out about that in the last hours. Like somewhere between it was dark and now it's dark again. Like, and I remember probably throwing something and saying I can't. I'll try it. But whatever I heard or saw, here's what my perception of monkeypox, just whatever I saw or heard. Boom. Somebody showed a map and of the earth. And they're saying that this monkeypox is coming out of Africa, yet every country that was affected by it was not in Africa. Not understand. So they had it like red or orange or something. Like of course, the United States was all red and orange, and all the white countries and some other places, but not one country in Africa was shaded. So we're to believe that something's coming out of Africa that's not in Africa. I'll just have to buy a vowel. The news is fake for Texas drill. The fake bug exposed. Spiritual warfare. Lying Buffalo crisis actor. Just because it's worded like that, I need to see it. But let me bring you guys in. Lying Buffalo crisis actor. That sounds like something I would say. Because I just hate liars anyway. It's the worst thing you could ever be in life to me. I don't care what else you got going on other than being a white devil. But a liar is the worst thing to me. Because I don't have no way to connect with you then. Nothing. We have nothing. I can't connect to you. So that's why I use, when I'm reading stuff, I'm like the lying whore, lying such and such, lying whore. Oh. Lying Buffalo crisis actor. All right, let's see this. I'll react to it because this is new. I've not seen it, obviously. And we'll just all see. And here. I need to bring up house volume. So I can hear it. Wait, what was that? Is he got scoliosis? This is a person. Okay, this I don't need, because if that's from like a movie or something, I don't want to play that. That's obviously not Buffalo or Lion Crisis actor. The main agenda of the Buffalo hoax is obvious, and it is pure evil. I don't want to play that music, because I don't know if they've cleared it or... I hate this. They're creating racial division as if we've all been in perfect harmony since before 1619, and now they're creating this racial division. Don't ever buy that. We are divided, period, the fucking end. White people are hateful, they don't like us, and that's just what it is. They never have. So there's never been this harmony, and we've just been so together, and now they're just breaking us up. That's like some chick that's telling you she's dating Idris Elba. Idris doesn't know she even breathes and lives. She lives in another country, and she's bitching that somebody's trying to come between her and Idris. This is that. God's word says we are all made of one blood. No, it doesn't. I hate when they say that, like just attach stuff to the divine. They never said. That's not true, everybody. Let's go on. Are we going to get to this Lion Crisis actor or not? Oh, Lord. Acts from the Bible. I'm over it. Where's my punch? I'm not reading it because, again, the Bible is not valid. And you have to have some context for even the truth that still remains there. So this is very dangerous, and we're moving forward. The interview with the crisis actors are usually heavily edited because they make so many mistakes. Okay, are you still playing music? You are, so I'm over you. However, if you pay attention, you can still catch the contradictions in their lives. Well, I don't need you to tell me that. You put something in front of me, I will rake it apart to shreds. Okay, you're going to get to a crisis actor?
Hero security guard working at the store. 55-year-old Aaron security guard work, and that hero.
There's our first piece of evidence to scrutinize.
And that hero security guard working at the store. 55-year-old Aaron Salter Jr., credited with saving so many lives. He was a former Buffalo police officer for 30 years.
I can't say enough about our retired fellow colleague, Aaron Salter, who confronted this individual to save the lives of others.
A mother and daughter who were working inside the store.
Before we hear the mother and daughter, let me say this to you. Knowledge converging. What I haven't mentioned in my previous, when I've spoken, I have the 180-page manifesto. I had it the next day when I learned about it. I had it. I have it. And on my phone right now, I have the video. My nephew got it at the same time. He called me. He was like, have you seen the video? I'm like, yeah, I've seen it. And I can tell you that there is no security guard in the footage. We see this guy in his car driving up. It's from his camera that was on his thing. He's in the car. He drives up. He gets out. You see what he's seeing. There's no security guard anywhere. And there was never a security guard in any of the pictures, in any of the video. That's the video. No security guard. I didn't know the security guard existed until I read it. Moving on. This other thing I have. Let me say this before I even go into this, you guys, and Allison, quite frankly, because that was the only reason why I was hesitant to even, and I don't know that I'm adopting this, but I'm always happy to hear any point of view on anything, like, just because whatever the truth is, that's what I'm going to center in on. That's it. Bullshit does not penetrate my shield. So, but the fact that these are African people, I'm less inclined to believe in the fakery of it all, you know, because I'm an African person, so I know if you some bullshit even more. I definitely know my own. I know this white devil too, but I know my own for certain. So,
to save the lives of others.
A mother and daughter who were working inside the store, Fragrance Harris Stanfield and Yania Brown McReynolds, are both grateful to that guard.
You saw the guard.
We saw the guard. He was still alive. And we saw him.
And his bravery.
And he saved our lives. It's amazing that he sacrificed his life for all of ours.
He probably saved many lives.
He literally did, because every worker who was in the front end made it out of the store. We wouldn't have made it if we didn't see him. We wouldn't have made it if we didn't see him.
How well did you know the officer who was a security guard?
He probably saved. Inside the store, Fragrance Harris Stanfield and Yania Brown McReynolds are both grateful to that guard.
You saw the guard.
We saw the guard. He was still alive. And we saw him.
And his bravery.
And he saved our lives. It's amazing that he.
How did he save your life?
Sacrificed his life for all of ours.
He probably saved many lives.
He literally did, because every worker who was in the front end made it out of the store. We wouldn't have made it if we didn't see him. We wouldn't have made it if we didn't see him.
How well did you know?
We wouldn't have made it if we didn't see him.
The officer who was a security guard.
When they kept saying the name, they kept saying, it was Aaron. And I'm like, no, I didn't see Aaron today. He wasn't here today. That can't.
That comports with what I just told you. I said, before I even play this, let me tell you what I know already. I have the video on my phone right now. I just won't show it to you. But there's no security guard. There's no security guard. Wallahi, there is no security guard.
Him. He's usually not even.
Wait now. So they're contrasting this to what she just made to the NBC News dude. If we hadn't saw him, we probably wouldn't be alive if we hadn't saw him. And then now
the officer who was a security guard.
When they kept saying the name, they kept saying it was Aaron. And I'm like, no, I didn't see Aaron today. He wasn't here today. That can't be him. He's usually not even here on Saturday afternoon.
That's why I was so surprised that it was him.
Uh-oh. They edited out her answer about how well she knew him. Roll it.
How well did you know the officer who was a security guard?
When they kept saying the name, they kept saying, it was Aaron. And I'm like, no, I didn't see Aaron today. He wasn't here today. That can't be him.
You saw the guard.
We saw the guard. He was still
We saw the guard.
alive. And we saw him.
And his bravery.
And he saved our lives.
Listen, you also have to juxtapose this to this. Black people are very unsophisticated, sadly, because our people are not putting ourselves in enough situations that are outside of what we do all the time. So there's a lot of rooms and spaces and environments that you put African people in and they don't know how, they don't know. So they can be something like this, an on-scene news crew. This guy is a celebrity because you see him on the nightly news. Maybe some in the, but even it doesn't have to be a celebrity reporter. It just so they come with their cameras and the producer, and they're usually the fucker. Anyways, and here they come. It's overwhelming to the unsophisticated, and so some of this could be them just deer in headlights. Wow, they stand here talking to us. We're gonna be on TV. You know, you have to add that. That aside, she has made conflicting statements. She saw him, but then in the other, she's like, that can't be Aaron because when she heard the name, so in that she's implying I didn't see him, and then when it said the name, so she had to hear the name to even be introduced to her that there was even a possibility he was there. Not that she had knowledge that he was there, and now they were saying his name. So there's definitely a problem. She's certainly the same human being given the statement. She's certainly the same person that's giving each statement. Like it's the same person. Beautiful, by the way. I love how Allah has made her teeth and just how her mouth sits over her teeth. She's beautiful, man. No makeup, just she's beautiful. That's beauty, ladies. That's beauty. That's beauty. You don't have to do no special effects. That's a beautiful woman.
It's amazing that he sacrificed his life for all of ours.
How well did you know the officer who was a security guard?
When they kept saying the name, they kept saying, it was Aaron. And I'm like, no, I didn't see Aaron today. He wasn't here today. That can't be him. He's usually not even here on Saturday afternoon. That's why I was so surprised that it was him.
What was he like?
He was a very nice person. He was very good at his job. Very good. Anytime we'd ask for help or if we felt like there was any type of threat, he'd come. Every worker who was in the front end made it out of the store. We wouldn't have made it if we didn't see him. We wouldn't have made it if we didn't see him. We saw the security guard backing up, reaching for his weapon. They kept saying, it was Aaron. And I'm like, no, I didn't see Aaron today. He wasn't here today. That can't.
No, I didn't see Aaron. That's very specific. Because when something conflicts with what you know to be the truth, you do this. Like something stink. Get it out of my face. That's what she's doing there.
Be him. We wouldn't have made it if we didn't see him.
We wouldn't have made it if we didn't see him, but we didn't see him because it wasn't Aaron. But we wouldn't have made it if we didn't see him. So you saw Aaron, but you didn't see him. But you got out because you saw him because just... I'm over it. I just can't. Yeah, I can't. Brain Dead Zombie. What is this from? Okay, these are all.
We're learning more about the victims of.
You notice every time, at least every time I've seen this photograph, you remember when we had the Baltimore shooting of Freddie Gray. One of the things I remember highlighting was how they kept shuffling the pictures of the officers. Kept shuffling, but it was a specific way they were shuffling them to put black faces in front of you. this white, almost white looking bitch, which she's not. They've not shuffled the picture at all. This has been the grid picture from the beginning. That never happens. That never happens. I haven't seen it happen. And somebody made a good point too, something I heard. Somebody said, well, if they want to say this guy was going in to kill because he thought black people were taking over, then why aren't they going and killing strong black men? Instead, you killed elderly black women. And he made the same point about the shooting in Charlottesville. Was that where Dylan Roof shot up the 9 in the church? And then the school. Well, maybe he didn't mention the school on that one, but just like, oh, and you know, like, you claim because it's the black man that's going to produce the seed. So why are you killing off the women? It's kind of like the thrust of it. And I was like, yeah, that's very intuitive.
Of the massacre. 72-year-old.
Okay, this is Inside Edition, so I don't want to play this. Because I don't know if you've ever used Inside Edition, even though it's a reaction. I don't know. The white man's the devil. That's all I can tell you. Non-stop fake coverage or garbage. All right, let's see this. This is looks like NBC Nightly News.
This is the dimension of a...
No, that's Twilight Zone. Don't want to play that. And again, how many subscribers does this fucking person have? Because some of these, if you have like 2 or 3 subscribers and 2 or 3 videos, you can play a lot of shit. They're not checking for your channel.
I want to bring in Isaias Melendez, an eyewitness at the scene. And Isaias, first of all, I'm sorry that you have to join us under such horrific circumstances. Can you tell us what you saw, what you heard, and where you are?
Yeah, a very small community. I mean, every single kid that got shot, there's some kind of relation. I know every single one. Either it's some of my friends or some of my friends' cousins, or, I mean, actually 2 of the kids that got shot were 2 of my girlfriend's cousins.
We don't want names on the air, certainly, but can you tell us anything more about what age range we believe that some of these victims are? What grade the classroom was, or classrooms that were targeted?
I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure on that. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure on that.
What was the question?
Thought we believe that some of these victims are but can you tell us anything more about what age range we believe that some of these victims are? What grade the classroom was, or classrooms that were targeted? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure on that.
But wait, Hector, because you just said every single one of these, I knew one of them, or they were my cousins or something, but you had no idea how old they were. All right, I'm over it. Yeah. Yeah. And as I have been saying, my first video they did about this was that it's some bullshit. There's no evidence here of anything ever happening, period. Then started seeing family members and pictures of children, but still it doesn't ring like, yeah, that's happened, you know? It just, something is just some bullshit. What did you say? There was a drill. Maybe this was what I need to see. Wait now. Because it's just got all the Sandy Hook in the world written all over it. Where's the sound? Oh.
Annabelle Guadalupe Rodriguez. Her name, she's only 10 years old. My daughter, Annabelle.
How old was she? I think it was good. My daughter, they all say it. And then the women be like, my daughter. But the dudes be, my daughter. My
daughter, Annabelle Guadalupe Rodriguez.
Wait,
What's your daughter's name? How old was she? What classroom?
I'm gonna have to turn up more, y'all, in the house because I can't hear that well. I can't scrutinize if I can't hear it. Oh, I'm mad. They got the
Action. What's your daughter's name? How old was she? What classroom?
My daughter, Annabelle Guadalupe Rodriguez. Her name, she's only 10 years old.
How did you hear about it? What was going through your mind?
I think her mom called her and let her know that my daughter's missing.
What's going through your mind right now, Dad?
Well, that's why we're here to talk with you guys, because we need somebody to reply to us, tell us where my daughter's at.
Will you be kind enough to share a picture of
Sure.
her? Do you know what grade she's in?
We don't know the grade, but we know the age. She's 10 years old. And
what? I know. That's what I was about to say. I didn't get it out. I would say, what? How the fuck you gonna have a daughter and you don't know what grade she in? I mean, immigration is real, but y'all need to wait. Let me get it to.
She's in.
we don't know the grade, but we know the age. She's 10 years old.
You're
fired! Call Ryan, which is my son. Call Ryan and see if she's.
Before a reporter touches her eye, signaling application of dry tissue. It looks bad.
What that was like? What were you hearing, Edward Timothy?
Well, I was like hearing like.
Just a second. Uh-oh. Anytime I hear my computer running, like the fan starts running, I get nervous. But hopefully I'm still on. Isn't it interesting that the reporter is wearing the exact same ugly ass green as the little boy? Just noticing. I don't know if that means anything. I'm just saying.
That was like, what were you hearing, Edward Timothy?
Well, I was like hearing like loud noises.
What did you think those were?
Loud.
Kids, of course, being less methodical in their thinking than adults, struggle to make up lies on the spot as convincingly as adults, so they need a script. Only problem is this kid cannot remember it, so the mother has to coach him. Watch. Okay, we read it.
Loud.
What did you think they were?
Well, at first they sounded like something like was popping. Like kind of like fireworks.
Oh, so when you heard the firework type sounds, you think it was far away from you or close to you?
It was like I heard like it like a little like far, but I heard it like really loud.
So
like I
louder.
heard it like following me.
Edward Timothy, was your teacher with you when you heard the sounds? Edward Timothy, was your teacher with you when you heard the sounds?
Yeah. Well, at first a lady came to the classroom and knocked on our doors with a purple shirt. She said,
Lady in the purple shirt has been added as a reminder for him, as kids especially will be more likely to recall a story which involved colors, with vivid colors involved. They always use the color purple in these hoaxes. First of all, he's a wiggle. You know, that's why I call kids wiggles, especially when they're still at a certain age. They cannot stand or sit still. Something on them is moving. They are just wiggles. And so he's just a wiggle. And this is interesting because I'm more inclined to believe children, and he's also a little Latino boy too. That matters. You know, let's just
go and hide, and we turned off all the lights and went to the back of the classroom and put desk in front of us, and we were hiding.
Did you know when the lady with the purple shirt came over, did you know why you were having to hide and close the door and turn off the lights?
Yes, I learned that we were having a real drill.
Cut! We're cutting this set.
Well, that's not
Did
really
you know?
suspect, because that's how you give it to kids. You give them a fire drill. Now there was really a fire. You say it's a real drill. Then, you know, really put their heart into it. Like, even if you've been slacking before. So that's not really a major piece of evidence right there.
Oh, when the lady with the purple shirt came over, did you know why you were having to hide and close the door and turn off the lights?
Look at the wiggle.
Yes, I learned that we were having a real drill. Because we've practiced a lot, and I think we were safe because we practiced.
How many times had you had to practice a drill like that before?
Well, we started in kindergarten.
And there's a reason why a lot of these people are wearing sunglasses. It's so...
I don't find anything suspicious about that child. Nothing. Or the mother. That's not convincing to me. I will say it's interesting that they just said something about sunglasses, because there are some other things that I saw and I was struck by, like, why are you wearing sunglasses? There was just too much sunglasses going on. Something had already struck me somewhere, something I saw or read. And but I don't see anything wrong with that kid. He was, in fact, a very intelligent kid, you know. Even when you listen to his language, he said, you know, whatever question she asked me, he said, well, I learned. So he's prefacing by saying, I didn't know this at first, but I learned. So he's being very accurate. And I just think that, you know, kids, when they recall stuff, it's not in the same dramatic form that adults can. They're just very factual. And I don't have any issue with him. He was fine.
You don't see that they're fake crying. You're not going to see tears.
She was hysterical, saying that they shot her best friend, that they killed her best friend, she's not breathing, and then she was trying to call the cops. And I asked the little girl the name, and she told me, she said Amory. She was the sweetest little girl who did nothing wrong.
I mean, you got a little mist. It's not really tears. It's like snot under your nose. It's shiny. Maybe it's sweat, but you're not crying. You're fake crying.
Oh, she listened to her mom and dad. She always brushed her teeth. She was creative. She made things for us. She never got in trouble in school. Like,
dude, you're fake crying. You're not really crying.
I just want to know what she did to me.
And not only that, even if this was real, there's Anderson Cooper. He's a seasoned reporter and anchor, and he makes $1 gazillion a year. You don't go out to a scene like this and one of your damn field producers doesn't have a box of tissues with you? Come on. Come on. Even Oprah had the box of tissues ready to go. I'm over it.
A victim.
What kind of statement is that? I want to know it. She did it to be a victim. She didn't do anything. It's a random act of violence. It's just randomly people are going to die. It's not like, oh, she didn't do her homework that week, so that's why God killed her. Like, what kind of thinking?
I just want to know what she did to be a victim. I don't know what to do, man. She didn't deserve that.
No.
She didn't.
Oh, she didn't.
I just want to protect my little girl. This always happens in the small town. Nobody expects anything bad to happen, and then it happens, and everybody wants to make changes to prevent it from happening, and then
Stepdad copes with losing daughter in mass shooting. Stepdad copes. First of all, he looks like he's 5 years old. So I don't know how he's being stepdad to anybody. That's first of all. And the comforting reporter. But Anderson Cooper didn't touch the guy that was supposedly in full tears. And Anderson Cooper's a gay man, so he's looking for any reason to touch a man. You know. But no loving, touching feeling from Anderson Cooper, not understanding. Then we get to this guy, the loving reporter, the very consoling and caring reporter, second only to Oprah Winfrey herself, because she couldn't be there that day. And then now, this guy's doing all this, no sunglasses on, but we're not really seeing any emotion.
it dies down a little bit, and then it happens again, and then it's a cycle.
To be fair, I have to add this. Some people just can't cry. Like, there's too much not crying going on. One of the things I love about me is that I cry at everything. I do. I cry at everything. If my soul is pulled, I will cry. This, I'm not crying. But I recognize that some people just can't cry. There's not a lot of people that do cry. There's just not the crying going on. You know? There's a lot in crying. There's something to just having a good cry, man. A good cry. Just something therapeutic and healing about it. Just cry it out.
I just want my baby home. I don't care. I don't care about anything else. I don't care about...
Grader also. Fourth grader also.
He's trying to get an Emmy. Fourth grader also. Wait, did I actually see that? I think I actually saw it here.
You know,
I think I actually saw it here.
Grader also.
Wait, when they do the close-up.
Fourth grader also.
This could be it here. Let's enlarge. If this is gone after he wipes, then we know it's not a pimple. But he wipes up here, not down here. And the pimple is still there. So that was fakery.
You know what? This is bullshit. This is bullshit.
Okay. That was one more. This catches me because I don't know what was the deal with this truck. They always go back to the same states that helped them pull off similar fake shooting events. America's mass shootings. They love Texas. They also picked Texas because the NRA was holding a convention in Texas. They sent out spam emails asking people to sign a petition demanding the NRA cancel the event. Listen, I will say this before we see anything else. The NRA is also a very, 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 very powerful lobby. You can buy a politician, you can buy you a sniper shooter. You can buy a town. You can buy people to go along with whatever you want to put down. If there's any merit to that statement that the NRA was having a convention and then they put out things saying don't attend, and then so the NRA could just manufacture a shooting, it's not beyond the scope. Is it true? We don't know. All part of the scripted hoax. The NRA is a fake shill organization that is complicit with these hoaxes. In case you haven't figured that out, well, that's kind of what I just said, or suggested. Okay, give me something to read. Sign petition. This is the evidence now of what they just proclaimed. Sign the petition to demand the National Rifle Association cancel its upcoming Texas convention out of respect for the families and communities who lost their children to gun violence. That could be ambiguous. This is before or after this shooting. Just in general, I don't know. There's no date on when this is written. So they conveniently are showing us what they want to show us. You got to show us everything. There's no date. So we're out of context. So the rest of it doesn't matter. I don't need to read it because this says here they want you to sign this petition, the NRA and their Texas convention. This may not have been their first Texas convention. I would assume it wasn't. And this May 27th and 29th could have been last year or the year before or 5 years ago, 10 years ago. We don't know that. This is one of the ways that I vet information. So this in and of itself is not a convincing piece of evidence. It's just not. It can't be. Because we don't know the publication. Okay, it's move on. But when? Move on. We'll just see if we can pull it up ourselves. Did you do any of this, Allison? Did you do any fact checking? Move on. Move on. Damn it. I can't see. MOV. Move on. .org. Move on. Let's see. Donate, join, store, videos, news. Do they have a search? Because if I can find this exact same article, then we're on to something. You know. Their opening page though is 19 children and 2 teachers were shot and killed. Take action with MoveOn.org. Gun reform now. Blah blah blah. But I'd like to be able to search the site, and I don't see an option to search. And I don't want to. I'm too lazy right now to do it. But just so you know, that would be what we need to do to see if we can find this exact article. We'll have a date on it, and to know if this was really referring to this May 27th, 29th. You know, what is today even? Today is the 29th, so there's that. And when was the shooting? This is what is today? Sunday? Yeah, today's Sunday. So the shooting was what? A few days ago? I don't. Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. So this is not a convincing piece of evidence. Just not. But they also needed a location they can control. They needed to easily control adjacent properties and traffic. Robb Elementary nearby funeral home. They contract for their life-size photo funerals with also doubles for staging drill supplies. They only had to close 2 roads to pull off their drill. All right, get to the truck though. Are you going to deal with the issue of the truck? Uvalde Funeral Home covering costs for victims. Wait, the funeral home is covering the cost for the victims? This must be a very wealthy funeral home. Do you know how much it costs to bury anybody? That's from 25th May. Oh, wait.
Hey, head to the back. Get the kids sitting on one plate. Hey, head to the back of the funeral home. Back of the funeral home. And when the kids get moved, we're going to move them to the back of the funeral home. That's what we want y'all waiting at. Sitting on one plate. Hey, head to the back of the funeral home. Back of the funeral home. And when the kids get moved, we're going to move them to the back of the funeral home. That's what we want y'all waiting at.
That's why they chose location, but nothing is going to explain away these stage scenes. Damn it. Allahu Akbar. Yeah, I never knew what the deal was with the truck. I mean, the tires are blown out. Was there a chase after? I mean, how was his truck this fucked up if he, I don't know the story of the truck. I don't know it. I don't know it. Oh, wait. The sound. Sorry, I didn't go back because I had.
Oh, there's his AR. There's the AR. You can see the AR. Right there. Oh, there's his AR. There's the AR. You can see the AR. Right there. Oh, there's his AR. There's the AR. You can see the AR. Right there.
Yep, that's an AR-15. Listen, something's wrong with this. I just don't know what, you know. And, you know, it wouldn't be the first time that a crisis was manufactured, you know. But it goes to what I was saying yesterday in all of my getting system crashes and all of it. I know that they use crises to take more of your shit. You know, rights and so-called rights, you know, that they will take those and they never give them back. So it's not surprising to me. I've not seen the all-out distraught mother, you know, maybe because she wasn't breastfeeding. So there's that. But I just haven't seen the all-out distressed mother, like just devastated mother with the hair and the, you know, the ugly cry, and she's being held up and just this, a lot of this, you know. I haven't seen her yet. And these are kids that supposedly were murdered. So, before this, they give you Frank James, who shoots up the New York subway, but the very 3 cameras that would have caught him weren't working that day, just those ones. And he's taken it alive. They give you Andrew Abdullah, who shoots one dude on the subway, and he's taken alive. Both, by the way, both of them hours later after the fact. And the bastard in Buffalo is taken alive after a mass shooting. This guy, he's dead. We wish we could do something, but We can't. So I don't know. Something is bullshit about it. I just don't know what all is. You know. Um, Allison, you say humans have been living on this earth for millions of years. We can't be hurt by fake viruses or bugs. That's the truth. I shared with you because I love you, Jedi. Well, I appreciate that. Cheryl, shout out to you, Queen. Cheryl Bryant. You go, yeah, I skipped the Bible. Watch the Texas drill hoax. I truly understand your point of view, but things are more insidious than you ever believe. I'll believe anything insidious. You can remove the vilest shit from these demons, and I'm here for it. I'm ready to catch it. I'm right here. People of all colors are unfortunately involved in these lies. Yeah, but I'm just saying, but one of my tools for vetting, I'm not saying black people can't be involved, it's just that I know my people. So it's like you would know your family, you know. And historically, we're not involved in these things, you know. And it's such a I don't have any issue with a whole rack of white people lying about one thing, because they do that all the time. They're all a lie. But to get a bunch of black people to tell one lie is something I have to come to, you know. But the evidence with the first sister with the little wrap on, that was convincing. She's clearly making contradicting statements. Now, I can theorize reasons of why she would make those statements that would be not nefarious. But it can also be, it's on either or, it's a both end. It could be nefarious or it could be totally innocent. One does not exclude the other one. There was enough there that it could be either one of those. But there's something there. She made contradicting statements about the same event to 3 different people, at least. So that's powerful. But, you know, as I say, still, but does that make her part of some sort of cabal? I don't know. I don't know. You know, I don't know. I don't know. Cheryl, you say rest in peace to FBA. Us security guard. Oh, versus. Are you saying versus? I don't know. Jewess, I only see one live on your channel, which is this one. I deleted the other ones where we got cut off earlier today. The ones that are on there now are from yesterday. I may have gotten rid of one of those even. Sure, Jedi, love how you love black women. Everybody should love black women. Like, you're not difficult to love. Allison, exactly, Jedi. Do you see it? It's all fake. They did not originate with us, but all races are involved, used with the lies for various reasons. I mean, black people are used for stuff. I'm just saying, like, this is just, I don't know. The security guard, I didn't see him. I have the video of the shooting from the dude himself. I didn't see no security guard. I didn't know nothing about no security guard until I read it. But he's not on the video. I'm in the car with the dude because I'm seeing everything he's seeing when he's driving up. I'm in the driver's seat. I'm him. I get out, he starts shooting people. Ain't no security guard. Nobody's offering return fire. It never happened. It didn't happen. Sadly, the video's over 2 minutes, so I couldn't even send it to nobody. Because when you, it tells the file is too big. You can't send it. So, Cassandra, shout out to you. No one died. That's why there isn't a distraught mother. Well, we don't have any evidence of anybody dying. I have agreed with that. I have said that myself. Even these parents now coming out and proclaiming that here's the picture of my so-and-so and this and the third. But then that was also another very powerful piece of evidence with the Latino couple standing up there. What kind of fucked me up a little bit was because they do keep to their cultural protocol. So even though the husband and the wife were standing there, you notice he spoke. She didn't say shit. That's how Latinos are. I know that from my own personal experience. That's how they are. That was consistent. That was consistent. It's the other way around with black folks. The sister would have been doing all the fucking talking, and the dude is standing there like he's never spoke a word in his life. That makes me sick. But, but then she's 10 years old, but we don't know what grade she's in. Oh no, that's like anything else you got to say after this. I don't believe you. I can't. Like. But then that also makes me think, well, didn't you know that they was going to ask you this question? You know, but even still, if it's organic, the truth comes out like water. So you don't have to prep for the truth. So whether it was true or not, that's still some bullshit that you don't know the age of your own daughter. Because remember, before we even heard what they were going to say, I knew anything. Just when I heard them say daughter, I made a whole thing about it because I know that. So, this is your daughter, but you know what grade she's in? Pepe? Come on. Thank you for watching those videos. I truly believe that somehow these fake events are playing a role into a bigger agenda. Yes, and I've been expressing the agenda on this, right, shooting or not. This is to now continue to take your guns away from you, because there's a level of outrage now. There's always a rising up of like, oh, we've got to get guns out. We've got to have more stronger gun laws and this bullshit. That always comes up after any major event except us. But this had a different level of ire to it, you know, that struck my radar. Like, this is more. More people are being more. They're really being more involved. There was Beto O'Rourke with all his bullshit. Then before even that, but even the piece that she wrote, that I let you hear the audio of Sunny Houston from The View. But I've been seeing that. There's been all this, I can't go on. We have to do something about this now. You know, that I wasn't even seeing after the Buffalo shooting. You know, it began to sort of bubble, but now it's like full on volcano. You know, and that in itself is always suspicious to me, but not so much, because I know that they need to try to disarm the American people in general, not just our black ass. They need to disarm the American people, and if we can just get you to give up those guns on your own, then that's all the best. Listen, if I can get you to stop breastfeeding your own fucking baby that you gave birth to, I could do anything. Case closed. But that was good. What else? Does somebody else want to bring anything? You guys want to discuss anything? Bring whatever. It could be anything. I don't care. What do you want to... What? Anything. Anything. If there's something else, I'm happy to spend a few minutes on that. If not, then we should just land. Because I'm talked out. I don't have anything else that I want to bring. You know, I could come up with some shit just to, you know, but I don't, just whatever you guys want to talk about. Going once. Going twice. Going 3 times. So I guess I'm gonna shut down then, everybody. But yeah, this is still shifting and moving, and just, you need to always know there's always an agenda. There's always something going on. You know, you don't need for it to bubble up and go, oh, now there's something. You know, there's always. Did I see this? But instead of you sitting around and waiting on agendas,
Amazing Grace. We're learning more.
oh, I didn't play this because it's Inside Edition. Yeah. All right. And I just don't know if I've played Inside Edition before, and I still need issues. Instead of waiting for the next agenda, what you should be doing, everybody, is figuring out how the fuck you're gonna get out of here and get your ass to Africa. You know. Thankfully, I can say that that's what I'm doing. You know, it's been difficult, especially once my dude, and I'm really pissed because you remember at the beginning of this so-called pandemic, I brought you audio because I was reading the Rothschild or the Rockefeller or some bullshit of their agenda thing that laid out this entire pandemic. And then there was my future president, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the president of the Republic of Ghana, reading this to his nation. Excuse me. And I was just like, hype. So how are you the dude that's now putting in mandatory vaccines to come to your fucking country? You know. But, you know, sometimes when Allah closes one door, it's to put you on a different trajectory, you know. I thought I was going to be out of here in 2020. And I arbitrarily picked that, but obviously nothing is arbitrary with the divine. But I picked that arbitrarily because I just thought it's going to take me forever to raise this money for my damn people. I was right. And, wait, I need to plug this in, y'all. And, so then I was like, fine. I just decided I wasn't going to stress about it. And, you know, then the pandemic came in. And then I was just like, well, I don't care. Just, is this going to affect my travel? It's going to affect my travel. There was nothing there to affect my travel. All I had to do was be vigilant on the testing, you know, because I didn't want to have the PCR test. And so it was just a different set of stress. But then, poof, mandatory vaccine to come to the country. And then a few weeks ago, he opened up the sea borders and the land borders. And if you're vaccinated, you will not be, you don't have to do anything to the airport, you can just sail them through, but nothing for the unvaccinated. But I've looked at countries that I otherwise wouldn't have looked at, so in some way it's a blessing. And some of them that I looked at and I just was not feeling them, you know. So, but that aside, you should be, I said this long before any of this shit, I've been saying this for going back, that you should be looking at seriously how you can leave here. Even if it's just for, you know, a few months or something, just to get away from here, just to be away from here. See, it's going to blow up first, you know, and then you come back, whatever you want to do, but you just get out of here, black people, because this is not the spot. White people are the devil. They're crazy. And they're now also in a state of hysteria over things imagined. You know, I wish we were going to take full revenge on their ass and kill them off and enslave them and do all sorts of horrible things, all the shit you could name that they have done and continue to do to us. Because I'm a revengeful ass motherfucker. Nothing rests until you feel the shit I felt. But sadly, my people don't feel that way on a whole. You understand? That's defeating of itself. So if we're not going to take revenge, then we need to just get the fuck out of here, you know. And my joy will be, because I was looking at this one sister that has a beautiful compound mansion home thing in Tanzania. And I just thought, wow, you know, because that's one of the things I had said I wanted to do once I got to the continent. And here is a woman who has done it. She's a single mom. Like, don't tell me shit about the power of a black woman. Don't tell me shit. And this thing is extraordinary. You see the before and the after, and you just go, girl, how did you do it? Like, you are an angel. You're a miracle worker. But she has this, and I even had to send some nasty messages to a couple of brothers who I saw were trying to tear her down. They're trying to make her out to be a scammer and all this shit. And it's just a shame. Like, if you need that excuse for you to hold your fucking little 2 copper pennies to your side, bitch, then die with those clutched in your cold, dead hand. Because a lot of people did that shit to me, you know? Not because necessarily they just thought I'm a bad person, but because they've just been told, you know, ooh, don't trust it, it could be bad. But I've sat up here for how many fucking years? I don't know a more honest person on this planet than myself. That's a statement of fact. I don't know anybody else. I don't know anybody else that I can 100% tell you that person is exactly who the fuck they tell you they are, and gives you 100% the truth no matter where you find them. But there they were trying to tear this sister down. And, you know, one dude, I looked at the date on some of her videos and some other videos because she had been interviewed on some things and when those took place, and then his video and the other dude, and it was like, you need to go back and make a motherfucking apology video now, bitch. You know, like, the evidence is there. That's it. And she has a website, and she has, you know. And if you had taken his time to do his jurisprudence, he could have gone and saw videos that she's done, or that other people have done, independent of him, or her, or anybody else, that have stayed at the place. And there they are doing tours of it, and showing you where they slept, and how they loved it, and telling you stuff that you couldn't know. So, again, some people just need, and there he was, one of the fuckers stood there with a British accent, so I went hard in on him. I said, it's always difficult for me to hear anything from a dumbass nigga sitting up with a British accent, you know. So it was a few things, but why I was even looking at them is because I've been looking seriously at as them as one of the countries, because I need either a visa on arrival or no fucking visa at all. And, you know, so me aside, you need to be looking at getting out of here. Many of you are still holding on to this. You're not doing your jurisprudence. How many, you listen to me now, anybody that's hearing this while I'm live, or anybody's hearing it after I'm not even on this bitch no more. When is the last time you went and did any serious study on even a single country in Africa? When did you do that? When did you do that? Type it now if you did it. Tell me, show me you did that. Show me you did that. I'm just waiting for the thing to move so I know you typed something. Oh, but alas, nothing is being typed. Because you haven't. Because you are imprisoned in this bitch, and you want to sit and call out every conspiracy against our people and all the evil of this white devil, which I don't need any more conspiracy from them. They are the devil. So anything they're going to do, that's like you tell me, oh, look, you know the pig just pooped. Really, it's a pig. I don't need to look out the window. It's a pig. It poops. It does that. It did already. You know. I need my people to get in the frame of mind of all this shit is evil. Anything that is even connected to them is evil, and they're by default deadly to you. And you need to get out this bitch. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. And sadly, you're gonna have to do it on your own, because if you're trying to move anytime soon, you need to just get and go. Because if you're gonna wait for your people to hand you any money, you're gonna be waiting a very long time. And if I can't get it, you can't get it. Because your character is not like mine. That's no shame to you, just a statement of fact. I could have been the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam sitting here, but this is the tight clinch of my people, the tight clinch, you know. But you will be the victims of your own selfish hand and the victim of your own ignorance. You see this as a drama event that plays out every day, but you can just go back to your house and be in your little environment where it don't, and close your door where it don't really affect you until the shit is at your door. Then it's going to be a problem, and you'll hear my voice. You'll hear my voice. There's nothing worse than that. Having heard it, known the truth, and had an opportunity and didn't take it. But such shall be the case with many of you on the great day of judgment, who have heard the truth from not just myself but other sources about who your Lord is and what your way of life is supposed to be. And when you're questioned and you try to say, I didn't know, no, fuck that. Because your very ears will testify against you, saying, bitch, you heard it. Probably not going to say it that way. That'll be me several rows back. That's something else. Anyways, but this is who you are on anything. So continue to live your life that way. Last minute, bitch. Last minute. Last minute. Shit hit the fan. Then you want to move. You see? Nah. Part of my anxiety was that because how my relationship with the universe, and I know that nothing's arbitrary, and I'm just thinking, I should have been out in 2020. And now I have to believe that probably the universe was urging me to be out of here in 2020 because there was going to be a fucking planned pandemic. I would have already been on the other side already. Would have been on the other side. Would have been on the other side. Then it wouldn't have mattered. I would have already been on the other side. But what I also knew is don't you do shit until you have a good financial gain. Because the last thing you want to have to do, especially after the display of your people, is have to come back to this bitch. Because you're not going to be able to raise money to go back again, which means you're going to have to start the savings cycle all over again. You know, but you got to get you a plan. I'm seeing people all the time, every day, that have way more shit going on than me. One couple I just seen in Tanzania, I feel like they have more than 4 children or something like that, whatever. Anyways, they went with no money, dude. Like no money. Now, they didn't really get into deep detail enough for me to go, oh, y'all really was broke. But they told stories about they was praying at the airport and Lord, and they Christian folks. So everything that happens in a Christian's life as a miracle is money and something material. I never hear Christians say, and the Lord moved on me and something amazing happened spiritually for them that made their character enhanced. And none of that shit ever happens. It always comes in the form of money or a check with every fucking Christian I know. So that's something else. But there they were, claiming that they were at the airport and they had no money because they had been traveling cross country trying to visit everybody they said they were going to see before they left. Glad I didn't go on that journey. And then their car had broke down, so they had to put money into that because it was like, well, do we fix the car or just say fuck the car and leave? But then we'd already told the people we were coming, and then people were gonna feel a type of way because you didn't see them before you said you was leaving, you know. And then so and so just left and they couldn't come see us. I know that feeling, but at some point you have to say fuck everybody, and take that from me because I have given most of my life to everybody else on earth. That's why you don't see me on TV right now, why I'm not a household name for you in any country you would step in, because I give a fuck. And at some point you have to say no more. You don't hear me reference uncle no more. No more. Do you understand? When you're done with me, I'm done with you. You get my energy if you show me you want my energy and you're interested in my energy. I don't care who you are on earth. If you don't show me that, then fuck you. Because the pot is here. It's here. It's like that outfit that you look amazing in. But if you don't go to the closet and ever take the bitch off the rack, it's just hanging in the closet. That's me. You feel me? If you don't wear me, I ain't being seen. But there they were. And so they claim they went there with no money, and now they're doing a land development company. That's a huge extreme. No money to land development company. Company, bitch. So one thing, you just developing a piece of land, like a little square acre or something. No. A land development company. So I don't understand. But again, people always give you pieces of the story. They never tell the whole story. That's been one of my frustrations in my research. Like, I need a whole story. A whole thing. And I'm somebody that sits and watch. It's like this chick that I'm telling you that runs this thing. It's for returning diasporans. It's a 7-bedroom, beautiful thing. The water is right there. The Indian Ocean, the beach is just right there. Like, I hit the ocean, it literally. But so I'm watching when this other chick is there to interview her, and I love their sister girlfriend thing they had going on. Turns out both of them were photography majors, went to the same school, didn't even know it, and this whole thing. But so I'm watching a video like, who the fuck is filming this? You know, did you just go there by yourself to talk to her? Who's with you? I'm looking for shadows to move on the wall and shit. I'd be watching stuff like that. People are that hungry for information, you know. Like, everybody that's showing up in Africa is giving you some wonderful story, and they're already established, and they just have all the shit already, you know. That's also detrimental for somebody like me, because some of my people, even on this end, like, just since I said it in 2015, people think I'm gone already. They've not paid any attention to any of my struggle, any of this shit, or a whole nother channel I set up to explain every fucking thing to you. No, I thought you were gone, Jedi. I thought you were dead, bitch. That's my answer. That's my canned answer for that shit. I thought your ass was dead. I thought you were dead, and damn it, you're not, you know. But part of that is their own not doing any of the work, not listening, not following me closely, not hearing. So they don't know there's a whole nother channel. They don't know. They don't know what state of my journey I'm in at all. And I would be victim also. They would expect me when I'm there to be showing you I'm all established now. It's all perfect. Everything's perfect. It doesn't happen like that. Problem with social media is everything's a movie. Everything is a movie. When I watch anything, I'm noticing what it took for that to be that. I don't care what you show me. I'm admiring the work behind it. Wow, that's work. That's work. That's work. You know, and I see the level of sophistication for some of these content creators. Wow. But it sets up this norm that you're supposed to click on and everything's supposed to be perfect. Then you add Instagram to that, where people are only showing their most amazing anything. And then that's another animal. You know. Instead of the grit. Nobody really wants to see that. You know, they want to see the perfect, it's already established, it's done. You know, and that just doesn't fucking happen, you know? It just doesn't happen. So, you need to stop seeing an instant gratification and subconsciously living in an instant gratification, and realize you're going to have to do the work to get out of here. How many of you listening to me right now have a passport? Tell me now. Type it. I'm waiting. Who has a passport? And by the way, don't put any deeds on your day of judgment by lying to me, because Allah knows all that you reveal and what you conceal. And there's no bonus in lying to me. You know, if you can't tell the truth, just don't speak at all. You know, but who has a passport? Who has it? Who has it? Oh, nobody. Some of you guys, I know you have a passport. But just, they don't know that. So who has a passport? Who has a passport? Who has a passport? Who has it? Who has it? Wonder who has one. Oh, nobody. You see, you got to get out of here, African people. Freedom lies on the other side. You know, freedom lies on the other side. And as I've told you since you've known me, anything of great value requires great sacrifice. If it's easy, everybody would have it or do it or possess it. Anything that it is. It doesn't matter. A degree from Harvard, you know, or from Princeton or some bullshit. You know, the Hope Diamond, you know, a new Ferrari, whatever. If it was easy, everybody would have it. That which is of great value requires great sacrifice to attain it. It just does. You know, but there's been a blessing in this too, because when my sister fucked up everything and then put me on this express bus, but after I got off the express bus, then I could breathe. So originally I thought, oh my God, I'd like to be able to go and see some of my people certainly some of my donors and stuff like that. Not interested. I wanted to see my mother's grave before I left this country. Not gonna happen. Thought I would get a chance to see go back to my grandmother's grave before I left. Not gonna happen. Thought I wouldn't be able to see my best friend before I left. That's gonna happen. Going to Florida in July, inshallah. You know, and that's necessary. You know, my best friend is 71 years old, although you wouldn't believe it if you saw him. And it's kind of astonishing to me because when you, at least for me, when I become friends with somebody, or I don't have to be friends with you. Like, I couldn't tell you how old I think anybody at my local store is. I don't really obsess on somebody's age. I don't really know how old people are. I don't. I really don't. So I don't know if I really even knew how much age difference there was between me and my best friend forever. And then I don't remember birthdays either, so there's that. But I mention it because he's 71 and because he had a heart attack a few years ago. And he is one of the last human beings on earth who I know hears me when I speak. And who loves me in a way that I can't even get from my own siblings, my own family, you know. It matters to him that I'm coming to Florida. It matters, but it matters to me too, you know. Those things I need, I was going to say you need, but I need, I do, me, you know. So it's been a blessing because it's been, and maybe, just maybe, it's going to come back around. That Nana Adodankwa is going to come to his fucking senses and go, okay, this is some bullshit. Let's end this. Because they were the first company to receive, or the first country to receive this new vaccine from Pfizer and all the other crew, but Ghana is the first one to take shipment. And now we're hearing anyways, but maybe he's going to come to a senses and go, you know, never mind on the mandatory vaccine shit. Just bring shit. Come on. You know. But I can't wait for Nana. And I have a non-refundable airline ticket on Delta Airlines. Thank you very much. So I have to go. And I shared this with you guys last night, but I don't know if it even got on the recording because I don't remember if I saw it or not. Here's another thing. The universe really throwing all kinds of things at me. My grandmother, the queen of my universe and my existence, our grandmother died November the 4th, 1994. That's when I lost my angel, my earthly angel. And my grandmother passed away on a Friday. That November day was a Friday. I was laying in bed a few days ago, and because in my free time, I'm only ever watching something and learning something about Africa and trying to figure out what country and what's going to be best and all this other shit. And somewhere in my being, I just started thinking about my scheduling, you know, like, okay, well, I'm going to go to Florida in July, because probably me and Joseph had talked about it yet again, probably maybe that day before, and just making some other final plans. And but anyway, the whisper, that's why I call it the whisper, because I don't even remember, it's just the whisper said to me, well, because I have till November before I'm going to lose my ticket and have to buy a whole nother fucking airline ticket. I'm not doing that. So in that moment, though, I was thinking November, and the whisper said, I wonder now if the 4th of November this year is going to be on a Friday. I looked it up, and sure enough, the 4th of November falls on a Friday this year, everybody. And I just thought, what does that mean? What does that mean? Because it means something. I don't know what it means. I don't know. But that's the work. That's why you have to keep your ear close to the earth, and you have to keep your soul quiet and silent so you can hear the whisper from the universe. So I got that. It'll give me the rest. I'm thinking I'm out of here at least in September. But is this saying maybe you should, I don't know. That was the first initial thought that I had, but nah, I don't know. But I just thought it remarkable that that date is so emblazoned in my existence forever. My ticket expires in November, and November 4th is on a Friday this year. That's crazy. That means that by default, the 10th is going to be on the same day that it was in 1994. Because she died on the 4th, but we had to wait till the 10th because my brother, the failure of life that he is, we had to wait for him because he had to take a military hop because he was, I don't know where he was in the world, but we had to wait for him to come in so he could be there for the funeral. And yeah, but you gotta get out of here, everybody. You have to. You're just burning like you're boiling like the proverbial frog in the boiling water. You just increase the heat slowly and gradually, and they'll never realize that they're heating up, and you kill them dead. They never know it. That's you. That's you. White people are not going to change. They can't change. Evil does not change. It doesn't. It doesn't change. These people have been this evil for this long. You're a damn fool if you think there's even one iota of a scintilla of a possibility that they're going to change in some sort of way. It's not possible. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It can't. It can't. It can't. It can't. And if, I say if, which there are not, if there are good white people, there's not nearly enough of them to have any impact at all. At all. The vast majority of them, 99.999% of them, are evil. So leave them to have their fucking country. Do you understand? Leave it. We don't need it. We don't need it. And there's far much more peace and tranquility and humanity for you in Africa. You got to expose yourself. Before I even start talking about going to Africa myself, I did videos saying this is the Africa they don't show you. Just to begin to break down that whole cycle of my people with this image in your head that you've been given of Africa, even in the couple I was telling you about that were saying they went there with no money at all. Yeah, that happened. Anyways, they were saying how the wife was saying, they got y'all. But these people with the little boy on the TV with the fly crawling on him, he goes, food grows everywhere here. I know that. I know that. I know that. I know that's some bullshit. Not only is food abundant in Africa, so any of these countries where you see famine and oh my God, they're down to the bones, I don't know what to tell you. That could be a controlled environment where the U.S. military has roped some shit off and are literally starving people to death. I could imagine the white man doing that shit because they are the devil. But there is no place in Africa where you're going to be where there isn't something growing for you to eat or something roaming that you can eat. It just doesn't exist. It just don't exist. I mean, their food is abundant. Real food in any African country you're going to go to. Any African country you're going to go to. Food is abundant. Abundant. You could take the seed of anything and just throw it down after you eat it, and that tree of that is going to grow right there. You don't need to fertilize it. You don't need to water it. You need to just that's it. Now you just created a mango tree. There, you just did it. Yeah. You got to get out of here, man. Fuck their mass shootings. Fuck all their shit. Focus on self and how you're going to get out of here. As I said to you, once I'm in Africa, anybody wants to come, you can come. That's it. I don't care. You can come. You have a place, you have an address, you know, and somebody that can pick you up. You know, not saying I'm gonna be in the best predicament and all this and the bullshit, but you'll be there. You know, you're welcome. Because I wish somebody was saying that shit to me now. Jedi, come on now. We got you. Come on. Come on. You know, the closest I came down there was a sister from Nigeria. When I first expressed, I'm gonna say this, I'm going. When I first expressed that that's it, I have to get out of here, I'm moving to Africa, I'm doing it, it's happening. One of the many responses on that original video, because since the channel got shut down, then I had to re-upload it, because I did have that one still, thankfully. But the initial video on the original channel, I don't remember how many views that damn video got. It was skyrocket. But I had so many people from across the earth that were reaching out to me from everywhere. And one lady reached out to me. She was from Lagos, Nigeria. She wasn't in Nigeria when she was communicating with me, but she said that she had seen my video and she and her husband were so deeply touched. She said, we have a place in Lagos. You can have it. Only requirement is you keep it clean. I didn't know anything about GoFundMe or crowdfunding or anything at the time. I didn't have the money personally at that time to just up and go. There's a process to everything. I couldn't just walk out my house that day. You know, I didn't have a passport. I don't know anything about international travel. I mean, it was just too many things against me at that moment. Like, I couldn't just jump on that. Like, yeah, I'm out. You know, I wish I could have been, you know. And they definitely wouldn't have been disappointed, because I definitely keep my house clean. Like, no problem with that. But yeah, I can't look back at that with regrets. You know, everything that is for you is in its own time, at its designated time. I believe that, know it to be the truth. You know, sometimes it's hard to remember that. You know, when you know that you have, when you feel like, I don't want to say no, when you feel like, I could have made it something else though. I could have, you know, well, maybe you couldn't have. You didn't, you know. Whatever. Anyways, I don't know. One of the reasons why I was inspired to do something today is because we had such a disaster with it all yesterday, and because it dawned on me that tomorrow is a holiday. I didn't know that. I still don't know how I knew it. And I thought, okay, yeah, then I'm not really encroaching on anybody's time, so, you know, and it's Sunday, so I wanted to come back today, because yesterday was such a nightmare, you know, with all the shutting down and all of it. And I was really tired yesterday too, you know. If I left any of that up from yesterday, I think I deleted, I don't know how much of it I deleted now. I deleted all the stuff from earlier today. But if you see me yesterday, you'd be like, man, yeah, I was tired. So I had more energy today. And so I decided to speak for all the reasons that I stated. So thank you to all of you guys who came back after our debacle today. We didn't get shut down anymore since that, so maybe that's fine, because like I say, after we got shut down, I did reset the Wi-Fi and restarted a bunch of stuff just to give it that fresh whatever. And I also took the YouTube code and put it into my streaming software as the streaming security key. So maybe all of that played a role, you know. So I want to say good night. I love you guys all. And if it's the will of Allah, I will see you soon.